Mayo Experience.
Mayo Experience. Mayo Experience. Mayo Experience. Experience.
Welcome to the Pat Mayo Experience, presented by Underdog. Week 2 picks against the spread, game previews, Cust Corner, a mini version, all coming up. Hit the time codes if you want to jump around. You people need to help me out, all right? You need to sub to the channel, smash the like button, and whenever you see this out on social media, you share it around. You tell a friend. Let's get those viewers up, those listeners up. Isn't that right, Geoff Fienberg?
Oh, yeah, very much.
Very much so, yes.
Like we
Yes,
could
sir.
at least. I mean, like, what? I don't think Tim's ever liked or shared one episode of this show in its history.
I would probably agree with you. Yes, that's probably correct. Maybe
So we can't even get all the likes in the room. How are we going to get all the likes in the audience?
I know you'd think you'd want that credit for sharing things around, because we have a giveaway winner for $250 to give too. I haven't drawn it yet. I should probably do that while we're sitting here talking. I do want to ask you before we jump in, what's it like having what might be the longest stretch between a week 1 and week 2 game rooting for a team?
Ah, it's horrible. It's horrible.
What
And
would be the better
tennis-
day? Okay, so Friday was a terrible day to play football. What would be a good day to play football for the Chargers?
Sunday, 4:00. That's a good day. Obviously you get your random primetime games here and there, but to start on a Friday and then they get a Monday at 10 Eastern. Oh my, I hated these games. Like when I was in college, they were at the infancy of them and I enjoyed those. Like a 10 p.m. start in college was like, that's like dinner time, right? So those were great, but I hated these games. I'm happy they had gotten rid of these 10 p.m.s and we're getting it again. And I hate it. Like I'll be up at 1:30 and then I'll be wired, win or lose. And who even wants extra rest right now? Like we got to get in a rhythm. So yeah, I don't like anything. I don't like it one bit. It sucks.
Well, that is what a fan of a 1-0 team who have just beat the winners of the AFC sounds like going into week 2 of the NFL. What about a team that did not win the AFC championship last year, or win last week, or hasn't made the playoffs in 3 trillion years? It is Tim Andergust.
Tim Andergust.
It's not my name. And honestly, I know there's no such thing as like a hypothetical win in week 1.
Oh my God.
But the Jets game is close as you can get to one.
You mean losing is the word you're looking for?
They played great. They made one or two little mistakes, but I come out of that weekend feeling very confident, very excited. Maybe I've got a quarterback. I might actually have one that can do something. The running game looked fantastic. I'm about to play a team that is also awful at stopping the run. I don't know. I'm feeling very, I watched a full slate of NFL games, and I don't know that I could count 7 AFC teams better than the Jets through 1 week. Through 1 week. That's a fact. They looked pretty good.
How about Pittsburgh?
I mean, they beat them, so sure. Put Pittsburgh in.
I was going to see if you're going to count Pittsburgh or not with
Go ahead,
this.
count them if you want.
All right, so let's see if we can do this, Geoff. Can we name 7 teams currently better than the Jets in the AFC? Vegas, Buffalo, Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, Cleveland. Who else am I missing here?
Hold on. Neither Cincinnati
Houston,
nor Cleveland looked better than
Denver. I mean, these are better teams than the Jets.
You haven't even said the Chargers.
The Chargers,
the Chargers are
Kansas
on that
City.
list. No. Stop.
So you're saying that the Jets are better than Kansas City?
No, I'm not saying.
Or in a hypothetical sense that they're better?
I'm saying the Jets' performance was better than anybody other than like the top tier teams, the Ravens and Bills, the Chargers. I guess we'll give the Chiefs there because they hung with an excellent team. I'm not giving it to the Raiders. I'm not giving it to the Bengals.
Why? The Raiders played
They
great.
played fine, but I'm not giving it to them.
I mean, you know who didn't play fine? The team that fucking lost.
I felt pretty good about it. I still feel very good about it. And I'm delighted we get to play the Bills right away. Like the Bills had to go late on a Sunday night where they got beaten up on the ground. And the Jets are going to the Jets have like worse versions of Lamar and Derrick Henry with Fields and with Brees Hall. So like they should be able to.
Hold on.
They do. Like obviously Lamar's better
wait,
than
wait,
Fields, and obviously that Henry is better than Brees Hall. But they're like
That's like saying that like you're like the
No,
worst version of
they're
Scotty
like-
Scheffler
they're
at
like-
golf.
75 to 80%.
No, they are not 75 to 80.
in the-
You think Justin Fields is 80% Lamar Jackson?
in running ability. Yeah, I do.
Okay, well, there's another element to that makes Lamar Jackson
And
good.
He was a very good passer on
Tim's got to
Sunday,
do a
too.
better job with holding the microphone.
Yeah, he's horrible at it.
So I'm just like I'm now just an odd listener. I'm a listener on Wednesday at work, and you got to do a better job in making a direct comment.
Okay.
Not talking isn't helping.
Well, maybe it is, since when I talk, it's no good.
Well, he's telling you you're not talking into the microphone.
I was talking
You
into the
weren't talking.
microphone.
You're doing this thing again where you're doing this. You know what it is? They put the shot back up in the TV in front of you. You keep fucking looking at it. It's right there, and you keep going like this and not talking into the mic. You know what's tough? When I'm talking over here and no one can fucking hear me.
That probably is tough.
It's an issue. Continue. Justin Fields better than Lamar Jackson. What a
say
take.
that. I didn't say that.
What a take.
But like the Jets are just like a slightly worse version of what the Ravens do on offense. They are like in terms of they're like a really. I think they're going to be a really good running team with good blocking. They have a better receiver, but their passing game is not as good. I'm excited. I think the Bills are going to have their hands full against the Jets, and if the Jets can figure out, and they have in the past, how to like pen Allen in a little bit, the Jets are very live in the game. Very live.
I will say Sunday was outstanding. Like I'm a paranoid mental midget, so I looked at it from the perspective of the Chargers are going to lose Friday, and then Sunday will be less enjoyable. I'll have to watch all these teams being like, I'm 0-1. Ugh. But because they won, shooters got to shoot their shot, and it went in. Sunday was immaculate. Like it was truly just such an incredible day with my pals watching ball. Not a stress in the world. Like sure, some teams I bet on suffer from brain deverosis, and I'll lose a couple bucks. But like truly, not a stress in the world. What an outstanding day. Like one of my favorite week ones.
Then obviously Friday was a really good day for the Chargers to play.
But I didn't know that the grounds crew was going to be excellent and we were going to win.
Okay, but like you knew they had at least a decent chance to win. They weren't 14-point underdogs. You knew they had a real chance to win, and they looked like by far the better team in the game. The game score was closer than the competition was. You're good. You're very good.
Geoff, who ruined your Sunday?
We'll get into it, but
If it's
you'll just
anybody
laugh
but
at-
Atlanta,
you'll
I
just
will not
laugh at me
believe
when
you.
I tell you, Pat.
Was it like New Orleans?
No. You would like
It was Atlanta, wasn't it?
yes. Of
course it was.
It's the same thing. The same thing. Everything they do wrong, just they did wrong again. Like, oh my god! And the amount of like, they should have been up 17-0 out of the gate. It took Tampa a quarter and a half to like wake up, and then Atlanta like moves the ball. They move the ball so efficiently. They can't score a point. They can't make field goals. It is such a. I'm so dumb to think that like the luck spectrum, for lack of a better word, would like balance itself out, and it just can't. Like something prevents them from making gains. It is so pathetic. You're right, Pat. Like one weekend, I heard it say you were right.
No, I took Atlanta last week too against Tampa Bay because I thought Tampa Bay would struggle, and they did. I guess just Atlanta's the kryptonite for that. They had 47 plays from the 1 yard line at one point, and finally scored on the last one.
It was an
Atlanta,
interesting week.
the Chargers are one of these teams. Hopefully, under Harbaugh, they've gotten less of it, or I'll never say it's flushed out of the system. But you just know, like, you just stay in the fight against them, and the chance that they'll beat themselves is like a 40% outcome. Like, you can win, they can win, or they just horrifically beat themselves, are all in play. So you're up 2-1 the whole time in outcome probabilities.
I did want to briefly talk about Monday Night Football.
Sure.
I sent you a message, and it turned out that J.J. McCarthy ended up looking much better.
for one quarter.
For one quarter.
The quarter that counts.
Hey, listen, they ended up coming back in the game. They ended up winning. But the Zach Wilson vibes he was giving me were even kind of looks like Zach Wilson, so that wasn't helping.
And he replaced Sam Darnold, which is what Zach Wilson did. Like, there was a lot of poor omens. But look, when I was watching the game and I was all ready to go to bed. If the Bears lined up that short field goal, if they made that field goal, they'd be up 14, and I was ready to go to bed. And then they missed that field goal. And I was like, oh my gosh, I know exactly what's going to happen. I guess I'm in now to the end of this game. And sure enough, Chicago frittered away a game that they really should have won. Ben Johnson is very good at scripting one drive.
It's funny you say that because remember this was the knock under the Bears under Matt Nagy when Trubisky was the quarterback, Geoff, that they would look awesome for 20 plays on offense. And then they didn't know what they were doing. And the way that Caleb's body language shifted. Like he was stepping up in the pocket. He was confident. He was making guys miss. He was looking downfield. And then he went back to being the guy that we saw last year, that anytime he was under duress, he just folded.
Yeah, quickly. And he also, it's like he almost just hunts out, like, who's the smallest guy on defense who can tackle me? And I'll go, like, towards him. And as for JJ, I mean, like, my head, we're all making like the same jokes, and I know some Vikings fans, so I'm like just thinking what they must be thinking. But in the end, after the game's over, it's like, oh, okay, the kid didn't play all of last year, so he hadn't really played in like 2 years, and it's just a little rest. Had to shake it off, and then found a rhythm, and is as clutch as advertised. There's a part of that game. The problem was, Pat, like I would be an apologist and sympathetic to him because of everything I mentioned. The problem was, like, friends of ours, and not just like our pal Thor, like so much of the internet made me think I was going to be watching like Joe Montana last night from the first snap. So that was part of like, okay, what's up with this kid?
You were just upset that people talked about you trading for him and getting rid of Herbert, and you still held on to that resentment baggage, which came out.
Don't gaslight me and tell me that wasn't real.
I'm not saying it wasn't real. I'm just saying you held on to that You should have been on top of the world. You've got perhaps the best team in the AFC, and yet you're still
calm down.
I said perhaps.
I watched.
Is this just like how the Jets are also good?
Well, I mean, I watched the game Sunday night, and I saw two teams that couldn't play a lick of defense. That's concerning.
They also have two of the better offenses as well.
So does Kansas City's made 7 consecutive AFC championship
I don't think
games.
that two ADOT Mahomes over the past 18 months, anyone call them a juggernaut offense.
Just saying, if I came out of week 1 thinking of those teams, the Chargers played the best. Doesn't mean it's going to continue.
Keep going in and out of the mic sweet spot.
I'm not moving the mic though. I'm moving my head.
Pass me your microphone.
No.
Pass me your microphone.
Keep coming in and out of the sweet spot, and the sweet spot's beautiful, but then
Here, let me try it through Tim's mic as long as I'm not picking up on mine. Am I coming in and out of the sweet spot, or am I hitting the sweet spot every time?
That seemed pretty consistent there.
Pretty consistent, or like, are we actually having problems? Because if we're actually having problems, we're going to have to stop the show, and we're going to have to fix the microphone.
No, that seemed fine. Like what you just did right now seemed like more than adequate. I don't think anyone would leave a comment based on that.
I need a headset mic is what I need.
You're going to be what? Fucking Dungeon or World of Warcraft guy over here?
Those little.
Don't you have one of those?
No.
Didn't you have one for work for COVID?
Or like call center? Aren't you call center with your headset?
I don't know if you could work in a call center.
No, I don't.
I feel like that'd be too stressful for you because people get very angry at people.
Yes,
at call
I don't
centers.
like when people get angry at me.
That's why they had to outsource those jobs. People were having mental breakdowns because customers were getting too mad. Couldn't do it. Maybe that's something we can do for on Cust Does. Work in a call center for a day.
I saw somebody on TV yesterday drive one of those little machines that like has the front hoe on the front of it where they like drive around the big piles of stuff. I was like, that would be so cool to do.
Like a bobcat?
I was watching what's that show?
Tiny Home Adventure.
No. That show on the highways where like it's snowy and they have the big truck.
Rescue
401. Rescue 401.
And maybe that's what it was, but whatever it was, like the truck tipped over and it was full of like wood chips. And so they brought in one of these bobcats. The guy was driving around with the bobcat getting the wood chips off the road. And I thought, oh my God, that would be so much fun to do.
Oh my God.
You can go get like a $15 an hour job and do that all day long if you really want
It
to.
seemed like a lot of fun. I was like, that there's something to be said about work like that. I have great respect for it.
Do you?
I do. I think it's really cool.
You really seem to treat it like a novelty.
Well, it is by definition a novelty to me since I've never done it.
But it's like going to the circus for you. Is how, when you talk about it, that's what it sounds like.
I just think it would be really cool.
Let's recap last week. It's a hot start to the show. Jared, does it sound like his mic is getting a little bit better?
It sounds fine, I think. He's doing a better job since you mansplained it to him,
though. Tim and the coin have won week number 1. There were 2 pushes. Denver, Tennessee was an 8-point line. That finished at 8. That was my super lock, so I pushed my super lock as well. And Baltimore, when we did the show, it was Baltimore +1, and somehow that ended up as a push. But Cust and the coin were 9-5. I was 8-6. And Geoff, you were a lowly 6-8, and you both lost your super locks. So me being 0-0 puts me in the lead for the super lock competition. All 3 of us advanced in Survivor, going through. Let's see here, who I had Denver. You 2 had Philly.
I was I was prepared to lose that very quickly on Thursday night. As Dallas carved through the Eagles, I was like, oh no, it's all happening again. Geoff and I are going out week 1 again. But then, Mother Nature intervened and the Cowboys had nothing when they came out of the break. So,
And
I don't think they would have won the game. Had the game continued, I think the Cowboys would have won.
well, if they hadn't have fumbled, the Cowboys probably would have won.
Maybe. But there was a lot of game after that too. I just feel like Dallas was playing better. And Philadelphia sort of used that time to regroup, and Dallas didn't.
Detroit screwed you on 2 occasions last week. They were your super lock, and they blew up your teaser.
They just got beat. That's okay. I don't mind. You lose like that, you just pick the wrong side. You lose. It happens. That's life. It wasn't like a bad beat or anything. It was an unfortunate circumstance where they just got outplayed. It's okay.
All right, well, let's get into the first game then. Thursday night football. A bunch of injuries surrounding this game. Washington at Green Bay. We did the show on Thursday evening. It was 3. It has now moved to 3.5 for the Packers. 47.5 is currently the total. Matthew Golden is dealing with a shoulder issue. I think he's going to play. Jaden Reed is probably going to play. On the other side of the ball, Austin Eckler is iffy to play at this point as well. So if he doesn't go, they'll have to use Bill Krosky-Merritt again. Your main man, Bill. There's a lot going on in this spot, but the Packers are only 3.5-point favorites, Geoff, which I thought was strange because after everyone watched them lay the smackdown on the Lions in a very visible game, I thought they just would have been bigger favorites. I guess everyone's kind of still in on Washington.
I would still be in on Washington. I like Washington here. I actually like a lot of dogs. And we often talk about week 3 as dangerous because you think you know something. But last year, week 2 was incredible. Week 1 just set off some crazy signs last year that I'm not overreacting to anything. The Saints were good in week 1 or 2.
And 2. Week 1, they were 2-0, and they had the best offense in history through 2 games.
I like Washington here. I like these 3.5 points. Green Bay, clearly awesome. I'm big on Green Bay. I had them going to the conference final before they even traded for Micah. I just like Washington here. Securing, crossing that key number just seems important. I think this is going to be a close game.
Right now, we're looking at the lines. They're all from coolbet.com. So if you're in Canada outside of Ontario, you can get to coolbet.com. If you hit the description, you get a deposit bonus down there too. And they're always doing cool giveaways. We did the one for Cabot. There was another one for the PME experience at the Canadian Open. That was a lot of fun. Jays tickets. So if you're in Canada, highly recommend that you use Coolbet. Fastest payouts in the biz too. But here's what I thought was interesting, Geoff. It's minus 3.5 plus 101 on Green Bay. So that seems like it's going to go back down to 3. I thought this would have got bigger, but I think it gets smaller now after seeing these numbers.
I like Washington. I think Washington could even win.
Well, of course they could win.
No, but I think
you just berated Geoff for saying, oh my God, I can't believe they won. It's it's not like they were an 11-point favorite. It's a 3-point game.
3.5.
3.5-point game.
I just think Green Bay is going to be an extremely popular pick, and I kind of think maybe they're taking an opinion. Maybe the books are taking an opinion by keeping this spread maybe a bit lower than would seem rational. I like the Commanders. I think that Green Bay with a win still played a very tough and physical game on Sunday, and coming off a big high. And Washington sort of had a bye week. The Giants didn't really show up, so I kind of don't hate the spot the Commanders are in, and I'm going to pick them.
It's funny to see it because it's the same thing at Pinnacle right now as well, Geoff. It's minus 3.5 plus 102. Yet there's still some books laying a minus 4 as we're speaking right now, which I just thought was kind of crazy.
Yeah. I don't know what to make of that. I'm not smart enough to read into that. I just think 3.5 seems like more than a fair number. I'm not like, how do I put this? If anything, it's just a simple cap for me. Like, I'm really in on Green Bay, but I still think there's a bit of an overreaction to how good they are. Between the trade and then this great week 1 victory, I think we're in for a tight, fun finish Thursday.
It's strange. Even if they don't win by a bunch last week and don't trade for Parsons, I still feel like they're 3-point favorites in this game.
You could be right. You could be reading this one better than me on that.
That's what's getting me twisted on is I feel like the Packers should be bigger favorites. I don't know if I would consider them bigger favorites, but based on everything that's happened so far, it's not like Washington looked great against the Giants.
No, I think you're being baited to only have to.
I'll be baited. I was going to take Washington, but I'll take Green Bay against you two in the coin.
Okay.
See what's going on here. Trying to sniff it out because I don't think that Washington is one of the best teams in the NFC. There's a chance that Green Bay is the best team in the NFC. There's that chance. Could be them, Philly. Philly didn't look very good in week 1. Not that matters a ton. I just don't think that Washington can get through to that level. Even last year in the NFC title game, they didn't feel like they were on that level, did they?
No, not at all. Not in that game. But they have what still could be one of the best, if not the best quarterback in the conference. And if that's the case, they can beat anybody, right?
You're absolutely live.
They have the better quarterback in this game. I will say that.
I agree with you.
Which is enough reason to take them and the points.
But that might be the only thing in this game.
And I don't see them getting routed either. I mean, I'm not teasing them, but if you wanted to tease Washington up here, I don't think that's a terrible tease.
I actually agree with that, Geoff, that when you have, as long as Daniels is healthy, you're kind of live to score some points in bulk at any time.
Put him on the teaser.
Put him on the teaser?
Put him on the teaser. The last second edition. It's a 5-team one this week.
So up to 9.5.
Yeah, take them up to 9.5.
I think it could be The Wire. Sorry, because sometimes it just sort of like fades out really hard. The audio. I don't know if the boys behind the camera hear what I'm hearing, but I'm watching Tim. I don't think it's him.
Are you guys hearing this in your headsets?
No, we are.
You don't even have your headset on, Jared. So
Yeah, it's on. It's loud.
Oh, it's loud.
Yeah.
But Dayton, are you hearing it?
I'm not hearing any fade. Like, no.
Oh, yeah. No, hearing any fade? No.
No, is he cutting? Is he cutting in and out?
Not for me, no.
Maybe it's a restream situation.
Yeah, maybe it's a non.
I'm being very conscientious since I got screamed at.
The levels are coming through great. Yeah.
Okay.
He's doing really well today.
Maybe it's Jeff's ears. Maybe Jeff's ears have
good.
a problem.
As long
You got
as-
too
you know
much
what?
wax
Good.
in your
As long
ears,
as-
pal?
Chris mentioned the same
As
thing
long as
on
the
Sunday
boys,
night when
as
we
long
ended.
as the boys behind the audio are in on it, then don't worry about me.
Meanie mentioned that?
Yeah, when we left or on our way out.
Really? Was that a problem? I don't think there was a problem on Sunday. No?
No,
All right.
I watched Sunday. I didn't notice an issue.
All right, it's a guest problem, apparently. It's your problem, not the viewer's problem. Oh, you want to give away that money. $250 is going to @SharksFansD. So I'm guessing Daryl from San Jose was the winner. Either way, I will reach out to you, and you are the winner of $250 cash. Thank you for leaving the audio review on Apple Podcasts for the Pat Mayo experience. Always appreciate all of those. That actually helps us like rise in the rankings, so it's very helpful. You have an iPhone. When was the last time you left a review?
I don't leave reviews.
Why not?
I just don't do it.
Why?
I just never do.
Well, can you? If I'm asking you, can you leave a review?
Now that you mentioned, I think I probably did once upon a time. Now that we're thinking about it, I think I might have.
Well, you can check.
Anyway,
You have your phone right in front of you. You see what I'm getting at here? Can you check?
yeah, I will.
No, like now.
No, I will.
So here's what Sharks fan D said. Ready? You can still check while I'm reading it. Ready for the NFL season. Pat and team have been at the top of their game leading into the 2025 NFL season. What a lie, but I love it. Pat is able to differentiate himself from others in the content space with a variety of shows that he does and dedicates an appreciative amount of time to daily fantasy sports, week-long leagues, and sports betting alike. Geoff, it's almost like I wrote that myself. This is the type of review, Tim, you should leave.
Mm-hmm.
So what did your review say?
I don't even know where to find it. I don't know where to find it.
You're clicking on the logo. I can see you doing it.
I'm trying to click on the logo. I don't know where to
Yeah,
look.
that doesn't do anything.
I don't know where to look.
Oh my God.
Anyway.
How do you use your phone? How do they let you drive?
I'm very poor at this.
Have you driven to get another pickle sandwich?
No, I'm so glad that I was confirmed in my suspicions that it was just too much pickle and not enough KFC flavoring.
Jeff, many were saying that he was faking disliking it. I agree with those people.
No, I didn't hate it.
You're not Jeff. I'm asking Jeff a question.
No, I watched. I actually agree with Tim. Like everyone who knows Tim knows like he'll eat it.
Fast and all of
Like
it.
it wasn't inedible.
Fast
It
and
wasn't.
all of it, even through complaining. That being said, I still believe he could have been right that it's like inferior to a regular just
Big crunch,
chicken sandwich from the places he likes.
which is all of them.
Well, yeah, you're like, well, that's what I've settled on right now, except for that one guy in the chat who really wanted to buy you Wagyu.
Hold on,
You don't want someone to pay for your Wagyu again?
No, I don't want that.
Why not?
No, it's too much.
The fuck does that mean?
That's too much.
How is that too much?
too opulent.
You know what's too much? Leaving a free review. Apparently that's too much.
too
so
opulent.
anything is too much for you?
It's too opulent.
Someone's paying for it for you.
That's
It wasn't too opulent when you were eating mine.
That's a very well. You were paying it for yourself. I was just having a little taste.
Little taste. I cut you off a couple
I
ounces
didn't.
there,
I
pal.
just said give me a taste, and you chose how big to cut.
And then you came on here telling everyone
Hey,
how
look,
they
it was-
need
it
to
was-
eat Wagyu beef, and you won't even let someone pay for it for you.
it was
They
really-
want. Why would you take away happiness from someone who wants to get you something?
use that money for something better.
They would
please.
like to use it on you.
Well, I appreciate that, but donate that to like an animal shelter
no,
or something.
no,
I'd be far
that's a
happier.
bad need. Buying you Wagyu is a much better use of that
I don't
money.
think it is.
And I'll give Tim the credit. Well, his actual complaint about the pickles was that there's just like this huge pickle moment happening in fast food or fast service. I'm not like differentiating. I just think like there's McDonald's and then there's like fancier burger joints are still like fast food, but not like fast food. It just seems like pickles have like taken over. Pickle flavoring, it's all over. It's got to get out of here. Like,
it's not. We couldn't even get the fries, the chips, or the Diet Pepsi because it was all sold out.
Annoying.
Why is that annoying? You. I don't think you were the one buying it.
Sure, you're right. Not annoying. I just, I wish their specialty menus was something I actually wanted. That's all, I guess.
I don't know if there's anything that these people could put on a menu that you guys would look at and be like, I don't hate that. That looks great. You would never say that. Anything that's different.
Not true at all.
Anything that's different from what you guys eat every single day apparently is apparently the worst.
No.
Some like barbecue smokehouse sandwich or something like that.
Why would you ever buy that at a fast food restaurant?
Oh,
that sounds like the worst fucking idea in
That
the world.
one
I
that they've
just
got at
feel like
Burger
there's
King right now
different,
with the
like-
HP sauce looks so
Oh
good.
my god.
It looks so good.
It's like a well done burger with HP
It looks
sauce.
so good.
You inject England's cuisine directly into your veins.
I would eat that on Sunday night with such glee.
So I just resent the notion that there's like specialty items that I wouldn't want.
Thank you.
So, but other people may enjoy them. You
You're right.
don't. So no one can have
The
them.
batting average is
Okay,
real
fine,
low.
Pat,
is
you
the
are
point, too.
right. But what's happening now is every single place is having this pickle moment at the exact same time.
Well, because it seems to be pretty popular. People are buying it.
I guess you're right. You can't get any pickle Pepsi.
Or chips.
It just sounds so. Blech.
Listen, it's not for me. I would never eat this shit in a million years. It sounds awful. Hate pickles. Never gonna eat
I
that.
don't hate pickles. It's just a.
You apparently hate pickles.
No, Jeff is right.
If there's one thing we confirmed, it's that you hate pickles.
No, I don't. I don't. It's just it's too much sometimes.
That's not something that someone who loves pickles would say.
I like all kinds of things, but you don't want them to be like the principal flavor palette of certain things either.
Like what else?
Like I like onion, but if you have raw onion in something, it overpowers whatever it is you're eating, and all you can taste is onion, and it's not complimentary anymore. And I don't like that.
So you don't like raw onion on a hamburger?
No, I prefer it to be cooked or caramelized, where you get a little onion flavor.
You lose all that crunch. You need that crunch. It's
but
like
it's not-
onions an enhancer, like lettuce.
Yes, but when they're raw, like at A&W, sometimes they're too powerful, and all you taste is the onion, and that's not what you want.
Well, we got you perfectly fired up for a battle of the AFC East. New England and Miami. Miami favored in this game. Can it get worse, according to Mike McDaniel? No, it cannot. 44 is the total here. I mean, are the Patriots a super lock?
No.
I think everyone knows how much I dislike the Patriots this year, but they were able to knock down Geno 4 times in that game. If they can knock down, not the Raiders have some great offensive line. If they can get to him 4 times, how many times are they getting to Tua?
It's going to be 96 degrees or something ridiculous at that game. The Patriots, when they're good, have historically struggled playing in New England.
Yeah, but they're
in
not
Miami.
good. Maybe it's the opposite.
In that heat. And New England looked New England sort of got a pass this week because so many other teams looked bad, but the Patriots looked really bad on Sunday. I'm going to take the Dolphins here, and I don't love it.
It's a nice bounce back spot for the Dolphins, Jeff, who have been left as dead at this point.
Yes. Most of the times I feel like I just would bet the Dolphins, like the team that just looks so bad. Win total around 7 or 7.5, whatever. They're better than that, but I don't know. You saw what you saw on Sunday, and you can't ignore like the puzzle pieces that you heard about all summer. And if you're like in the know, you just know, like, it was a disastrous summer. They'd have joint practices, and the other teams would like come away wondering, like, were they even trying? Do they even care? What the hell goes on over there? And then to see it like happen in a real game, despite not being horrible in the preseason games, but the preseason games are what?
It just brought me such joy to think back to the game. Sorry, that's all.
So let me just
They
throw
were
it back to
so
you, Tim.
bad.
Like, what
They
were
were
the
so
highlights from
bad.
Dolphins Reddit?
Yeah, did you spend more time on Dolphins Reddit or Patriots Reddit this week, or Jets Reddit?
Definitely not Jets Reddit.
Dolphins Reddit for sure.
I spent a lot of time on Dolphins Reddit, but also on Patriots Reddit. I was enjoying things, and I was also on Buffalo Reddit during the game, and then I had to get off there.
Oh, because they got too happy for
Yeah,
you?
I don't want to see them happy. Like, that's fine. They're allowed to be. They won the game. They got lucky. But I mean, I don't need to. I guess like Bills fans, I left the stadium when the team was losing.
I don't mind that at all. We've been to that stadium. It's not near anything.
Okay, but I don't want to hear anybody prancing around telling me what amazing fans the people of Western New York are for their Bills, that on a beautiful Sunday evening when the weather is great and they're down by 2 scores, they head for the exits. I don't want to hear any more about how fantastic the fans of the real New York football team is.
But they
like
have the
that.
best fans in New York, though.
Yeah, well, the real fans actually leave New York State to come over.
The only thing the Patriots have going, or the Dolphins have going for them this week, is that if it's hot, they get to wear their whites, and other teams bake in the sun in that stadium, which I think is an egregious. Like, it's one of the more like competitive imbalances that the league has with the stadium.
Not fair and balanced.
No, but I mean,
Do we think is Tyreek going to play in this game?
Yeah, but he'll probably cry and quit.
I mean, he got brought up on domestic violence issues this morning as we're recording this.
Oh, you know what that means? That means he's perfect for the Chiefs again.
Do you think that, like, if the Chiefs offered to trade for him right now, what do you think? Like a 6th round pick?
I think Miami would take it very cheaply.
I mean, his behavior profile just fits right in with the group, so bring him back.
Christian Gonzalez should be back in this game.
this is going to be such a sadness game.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe this would be every like.
If we didn't know people who liked these teams, it wouldn't make a screen because there's 9 early games.
Yeah. This would,
9 games?
9
Jeez.
early, because the Super Bowl rematch of the Chiefs and Eagles is like the biggest NFL regular season game you've ever seen.
What are the sacrificial lambs around that game?
Arizona and Carolina and
Of
the
course.
Broncos and Indianapolis.
in Indianapolis.
Okay, yeah, adds up. Yeah. Usually the Chargers be playing some jabroni team here against the game of the week.
I mean, I whiffed big time on Miami last week. Like, I thought they were going to beat Indianapolis.
That happens.
Blew up some nice parlays I had on the go too, but didn't like New England. Bet against them. Liked Miami. Bet on them. But just something in me just tells me New England's a much better team here.
What did they show you to make you think that they were going to be able to take advantage of all the problems the Dolphins have?
Well, I
The
do.
Dolphins who are super soft in the secondary and old, like New England's not going to exploit that.
I think it's more from the other side of the ball. Like, the Patriots defense wasn't good, but they were able to harass Gino enough because Gino was able to make some throws downfield. He was able to elude the defenders. From everything I saw against Indy, it's either Tua, like they basically have, like, remember when you would play baseball, Jeff, as a kid, but you wouldn't have enough people to play, so you'd have to have ghost runners on second and go back and hit? That's the Miami offensive line. They're like, yeah, we don't really actually have a left tackle. He's just pretend like there's one there and like count to half a second, and then you can run directly at Tua.
I watched a dude do a Twitter breakdown of the All-22 film of that game. It was a
Why?
horror show. It was a horror
hates the
show.
Dolphins
They have no idea what the other team is doing. There's no like communication. Like there's guys out of position and mistakes everywhere. And maybe that was week one, just getting to them. But how do I put this? Even though I was kinder than most while seeing what everyone was like saying about the Dolphins this offseason, I can immediately bail. And like I could see why if you had positive priors, which was probably rare, but Pat, you did, well, you're just like, no way. Like I might not like the Patriots, but there's no way I can bet on the Dolphins. I don't care what my priors were. I'm already willing to throw them out the window, even if it was one game.
Yeah, and listen,
That's scary there.
if there's a defense that Drake Bortles can take advantage of, it's this one.
Well, good. My fantasy team could use that.
I forgot that you drafted Bortles.
I did, but you know what? He didn't play terribly fantasy wise because of some of the rushing yards. Didn't
How many fantasy points did he have for
like
you?
15, which was
Oh, that's not bad.
you can live with that.
Maybe they'll give Henderson the ball a bit more this week instead of being like, it's
which is so weird because I was, I was expecting him to have like 15 to 25 carries. Why would you ever want Drake May to throw the ball 45 times? You should be handing the ball off a lot more.
Well, they handed it off to Ramondre instead.
One should hope one of the lessons coming out of this week, if I didn't like myself, I'd probably watch Patriots All Access this weekend, but I'm not watching that. I bet you the question that will be asked of Rabel is like, do you expect a more equitable distribution of some of the carries? But
And then he'll be like, you know what we need to do? As he said in his press conference, we need to establish the run more.
they're too busy banning North Carolina scouts from coming to the game, and now North Carolina is banning Patriot scouts from coming to their games. Things are going really well for me in the AFC East. I can tell you, I'm by and large, like the Bills barely won and didn't look phenomenal in some ways, but they won. The Dolphins are a mess. The Patriots are a mess.
The Jets had the biggest hypothetical
Jets had
victory
a
of the week.
hypothetical week 1 win, and
Even
like
if Sunday doesn't go your way, the news cycle is fucking for you right now.
it's exactly what I want to see.
Did you see how mad he was at Aaron Rodgers on the live show, Jeff?
Well, how dare he?
I actually feel like Tim kept it together and said, as long as he doesn't bring us up again, we're cool.
Well, I mean, it was a classless move, and it frustrates me to no end because we gave him everything.
You know what you didn't give him? Or maybe tried to give him, and that's why he left. The facts.
Like he's allowed
Johnson & Johnson. I'm seeing it all right now, Tim, of why he got kicked out of town.
He wants to go to Egypt and not go to OTAs, and we're fine with that.
You were fine with that.
I was willing to let it go.
fine with that.
I was willing to let it go. But like, you don't have to say anything nice, but you don't need to take a needless drive-by shot at the Jets on your way out the door. Didn't like that.
Jeff, which side are you taking, Miami or New England?
I might really regret this because I really just want to take Miami, but I can't. I'm not saying I'm betting the Patriots, but even for a pick'em game, Patriots.
Giants and Dallas. When was the last time that they played at 1 o'clock in the afternoon on a Sunday? Because the Cowboys are 5.5-point favorites, 44.5 is the total. Russell Wilson still playing quarterback, if we can call it that, for the Giants. Not that he had much time to do anything. He ran pretty well. Give him that. Scrambled well.
Did fine.
He didn't throw it fine.
No. I just don't know how you can back the Giants in this game. Dallas showed real signs of life that maybe they're a little better than I thought they were. And the Giants showed nothing. And the game's in Dallas. Dallas had a ton of rest. I don't see any reason to think the Giants are going to travel well 2 weeks in a row. So I am going to take Dallas. The number is actually shorter than I think it should be, which is a little annoying. You can't really tease that. And maybe that's on purpose so that everyone can't put Dallas in their teasers. But I hope that goes up. Dallas should win this game. Dallas it's too early to start getting sneaky about Survivor. But if you wanted to,
I would say this is a game you cannot take Dallas.
If you wanted to take Dallas this week, I would not hate it for it. I wouldn't hate you for it.
I'd be worried they'll make the quarterback change on me after I locked in Dallas, because that would make me nervous, but I'm going to side with Tim here. And the only thing that would scare me or maybe want the Giants would be to take if they did make the quarterback switch. I know some of the sharps, the nerds, like in their odds comparison, this game opened at a 6, I think. And it was just like, why was Washington and Dallas laying the same number against?
Ding, 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 ding.
Right? Like that's the question. Like why is this pretty much the same number? Dallas and Washington aren't the same level tier.
Dallas
So
looked
this
better than Washington
probably-
did last week.
Well, maybe because Washington played the Giants. The
This
Giants.
probably feels like maybe too many points, but I'm going to fall into the trap. I'm siding with Tim.
Yeah, it's
Cowboys.
the first thing when I saw this line, I was like, who am I going to take here? It's like, this is exactly the same line as last week.
Close, yeah.
Well, I think it ended up closing at 5.5 for Washington. So I like the Giants here. Andrew Thomas going to be back on the offensive line, presumably, for the Giants, which is a massive upgrade. Considering you get your best well, you're rolling your eyes. You don't think that's an upgrade. You think getting your best offensive lineman back.
Sure. I just think
I
just think this
maybe let's just keep out
I just
offensive
don't
linemen don't
think-
matter apparently.
I just don't think this team can score. And to take Dallas, Dallas is probably going to score 24. So you've got to think that New York is going to score 20. I don't think they're going to. So that's why I'm not taking them.
I mean, 24 is a lot of points. They didn't score 24 last week.
No, they didn't. But they were on pace to score that many until like weird things contrived against that game. Like they were clicking. So they're also playing Philadelphia, who's granted we're down a bunch of defensive players, but still we're at home defending blah, 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 blah. I think the Eagles are better than the Giants are defensively. I would take them against, even though the Giants have a good front four, like you get past that front four and it's gnarly quickly.
Well, that's what happened with Philadelphia. Once you got past that, once you took Carter out of that game,
Well, but
and
that's-
then you had like CD Lamb being covered by a Dory Jackson.
Well, it didn't matter who covered Lamb; he just dropped it. But anyway, I mean, I think Dallas is in a good spot here.
I think this is just an overreaction to Dallas looking I wouldn't say formidable, looking competent in week 1, Geoff.
That's probably fair. I don't know. The Giants, like, as long as it's Russell Wilson, I'm happy to lay a number, and I don't trust him to get me on a back door or something.
If this gets out of hand early, you're right. That's probably going to end up being the case. But as you mentioned like 3 times on the Sunday show, that the Giants kept it within a score the entire time. And a lot of what Washington was able to do was completely derived from Jaden Daniels just outrunning the defensive line. Dak can't do that.
No, that's true. And if you want to take the Giants, that's a really good case for it. I just felt like Washington didn't have their best stuff either.
Fair.
Like they just that game, from what we saw, didn't seem to have a lot of juice. I don't know. I'm willing to admit that maybe Dallas is better than I thought they were from what I saw on that Thursday, and I'm willing to give them. Again, this game gets 10-0 Dallas when the first quarter seems perfectly reasonable. You're kind of done. Like the Giants are not coming back.
Jared.
Would anybody's opinions change if it was Jameis?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sure.
They'd score
Yeah.
3,000 points then.
Okay.
Yeah, I
then
would
they're
say
live.
Russell Wilson is their worst of the 3 quarterbacks.
There's
they
no
have.
backdoor potential whatsoever with Russell Wilson.
I mean, maybe Russell Wilson played poorly, but he also didn't have much to work with in week 1.
No, it's never his fault. It's never Russell Wilson's fault. It's always the weapons in Denver aren't good enough. The weapons in New York weren't good enough. The weapons in Pittsburgh weren't good enough when they went on a losing streak. Russell Wilson never does any wrong. He keeps finding jobs over and over again.
I would like to ask, outside of you making that up in your head, who is saying that?
They keep giving him starting quarterback positions, and he hasn't been good in like 7 years.
He's been torched for 5 straight years.
Yeah.
Like, no one's free passing Russell.
Oh, well,
In Tim's head, they are. In Tim's
not
head,
getting-
he's an all-pro,
they're
apparently.
not getting one from me.
If anything, Russell is like low-hanging fruit, where it's just he's such a. I mean, he deserves a lot of hate, but
Fine.
some of
Nom,
it,
nom, 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 nom. Give me that low-hanging fruit then.
You know, how much fruit do you eat in the run of a day?
I had a banana today and a Cara orange.
That's a Cara orange.
It's an orange. It's a little larger, a little darker flesh. It's quite delicious. I got it at the fruit market.
You seem like someone who might eat the skin on an orange.
No, the reason I don't eat more oranges is because I hate peeling them.
Like like when we went on that golf trip.
Well, yeah, there's an example, like a radical example of that. But yes, I don't like peeling them. It's difficult. It gets that like orangey stuff on your hands and in your fingernail beds. And like, it's a lot of work. If oranges were just pre-peeled, I'd eat them all the time because they're delicious.
kill him, but you can dress like one.
Yes. Thank you, Jeffrey.
Got fucking Orange Julius over here.
Now, look, I like Orange Julius. I don't care what anybody says. I liked Orange
Is that
Julius.
still a thing?
I think it
Quebec,
probably
I'm pretty
is.
sure.
I
it's
loved
fine.
Orange Julius.
Let me ask ChatGPT
That
here.
big, it's still there for sure.
In Quebec?
I think it's still in malls.
Yeah, we were near it where we stayed. I know Hustler hit it up a couple.
No, that was
times.
just a big orange. That was
Yeah.
not Orange Julius. That was
no,
just
it
a
was
big
like
orange.
a famous place.
Yeah, but it's not Orange Julius.
Oh,
That was a place that has $1 hot dogs, which is why I think Haas was so
The Haas
fired
was
up.
all over those $1 hot dogs.
And to be fair, I would be as well.
You could have been. You just didn't want to walk to the Big Orange.
That was quite a walk.
You could have taken the subway.
I suppose.
You figured out the subway in
managed
Toronto.
I managed the subway in Montreal as well.
Look at you. If there's a church to find, you can use the subway.
Yeah, there you go.
Can't find YouTube comments though.
No, he can't leave a review on the fucking podcast he's on.
Well, Jeff's leaving enough comments on everything for the both of us.
That's not true.
962 locations as of 2023 for Orange Julius still. So they're still in malls. They used to be paired up with Dairy Queen.
They certainly were. And
They
then
were,
Pretzel
yeah.
Maker for a bit, if memory serves. But yeah, I really like Orange Julius.
When was the last time you had Orange
At
Julius?
least a decade, probably longer.
Couldn't even remember.
My grandmother used to get them for me when we went to the mall sometimes. I really liked them.
Last year, the Cowboys' home opener was that Saints game, so hopefully this goes better for them.
Oh, yeah. I forgot
One would hope.
the Giants score. Now that you've lipped Russell Wilson, they score 54 points.
No, okay.
Chicago and Detroit.
Oh, I love this one.
Two of the more disappointing teams from week number 1. Detroit looked terrible, especially offensively. All the same players, too. Turns out that maybe they're not as good. Maybe they are.
Or Green Bay just had an excellent game plan for them.
Detroit's a 5.5 point favorite at home. 47 is the over-under. Jeff, we'll start with you on this one. Do you think Chicago has enough to keep it close with the Detroit? Because I kind of think that they do.
Yes, I think we're getting a decent number here and an insane overreaction. The Lions were where the pre-line on this game was 4.5, and then the results of the Lions getting blown out and Chicago looking embarrassing sent this thing flirting with the 6. So I'm happy to back the Bears here. The Lions, I know it's early, and again, it's going to be this wheel of overreactions, but I'd be a little concerned over there. And maybe Johnson's got some insights into it, but Caleb better nut up, and that's an ask.
I said on the Sunday show I was giving them a pass, that I wasn't going to overreact, and I meant it. I'm taking Detroit. I picked Detroit to go to the Super Bowl.
So did I.
I'm not willing to get off that. I'm not making a switch after 1 week, so I have to take Detroit here.
The thing is, I think I would have liked a Chicago in the spot anyway.
No, I don't think they can score enough. I mean, Detroit at home is a better offense. They do play pretty electrically at home. That
Well,
crowd is...
hold on. We don't know that.
Well, the last 2 seasons, we saw Detroit at home be a wagon. And I picked them to go to the Super Bowl. So I still kind of think they're that team.
That doesn't mean that they're going to go 15-1 again.
It doesn't mean they're going to go 15-1, but does it mean that they should dispatch Chicago? Yeah, I do think so. So I'm going to take them.
Their offensive line looked really bad.
I don't know that the Bears are going to take advantage of it.
That's fair. Jeff, which side are you going with, Chicago?
Yeah, I'm going to take Chicago plus the 6. A lot of
5.5.
points, 1-score game.
It's 5.5. 5.5 is the number that we're using.
We'll take 5.5.
I'll side with you. I thought that Caleb made some, through 20 minutes of that game, he looked awesome.
I agree.
And then I don't really know what happened to him.
So
play
maybe
calling
next
wasn't
week
as
Ben
great.
can get 35 awesome minutes out of him.
Or maybe Ben Johnson is a good coach, but not the second coming of Bill Walsh. Maybe.
I don't think that anyone said that he was.
So wait,
Again, are you just making
No,
this up in
the
your
hype-
head, then arguing against
No,
it?
the hype, and this is not my opinion, the hype around Ben Johnson and the Bears offense.
He
and
was
potential
the top
has been
candidate, but I
massive.
think he was universally the top candidate, Tim. But I think everyone also acknowledged his floor is probably still low. Like any of these guys, coordinators turn coaches, the
And to think-
percentages aren't in
think
your
so.
favor ever.
And to think it would all just happen in one game, you're giving Detroit a pass. I would say those 20 minutes of Chicago's offense looked much better than anything Detroit did.
Yeah, okay. Detroit was on the road in a really tough spot against an excellent team.
Detroit also tried throwing 3-yard passes to come back down from 3 scores.
I just think they were overmatched. They were outgunned in that game. That happens.
So you're the only one on Detroit here. We're all on Chicago plus 5.5. Rams at Tennessee.
Super Bowl rematch.
That's right. The Titans are a 5.5 point dog at home. 42.5 is the over under. I like the Titans to win this game. I love the Titans. 5.5. Give them to me.
I'm with you.
I really liked what I saw from the Titans last week, Jeff. I thought that their defense was good. I thought they got through a very good offensive line against Denver. I could see the Rams covering and winning almost exactly the same way that they did against Houston, where it's just like 17-9, 16-9. Tennessee just can't score enough against that defense. But if that's going to be the case, where I think it's a massively low-scoring game, I'll take the home team. That's a dog with a good defense.
Yeah, so I don't really know what to make of the Titans, because watching it, despite how much they were screwing up, I was still impressed. But after the fact, listening to other people break down games, a common theme I kept hearing was, like how much Denver actually dominated the game, that I shouldn't be impressed with the Titans. But I'm going to take these points here. I think without some drops, I think they'll be able to move the ball. So I'm going to take the points here. As I kind of said off the top, I like a lot of underdogs this week.
Denver did dominate that game. They dominated it on the defensive side of the ball. And the only reason that Tennessee was able to stay in that game is because their defense was dominating the Denver offense.
Yeah. Kickoff return, fortunate turnovers, good defense. For me, though, this is more play against the Rams. That was a very lackluster performance on Sunday.
And it's the same thing. Like, if we think that, I don't think that Tennessee's D-line is as good as the pressure that Houston can bring, but maybe they're, the 80% of it, they're probably actually better than that. Okay. Like the drop off from the Houston to the Tennessee defensive line, it probably has a much smaller gap than Lamar to Justin Fields.
We'll see. We're going to get to that game real soon.
We are going to get to that game. Why are you looking at me? What do I care who wins?
Okay. All right.
You want to talk about the Jets now? We'll stop talking about this game?
No. I feel like this is almost towards its natural conclusion on this game. We all sort of like Tennessee.
Oh, Jeff's phone is going off.
Sorry.
Are you like one of those really old people that has a song as their text message and they don't put it on silent?
I hate that.
Do ya?
No, yeah, I hate that.
It's all about Cam Ward. Can Cam Ward get anything going against a good Rams defense? Because it feels like I think that Denver probably has the best defense in the league. That it was the single worst spot to go into for your first game. That even if this is still a tough challenge, it's got to be better than last week.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
So if they can put up 14 in this game, even 13, I think they easily cover. If they get a defensive score, a special teams touchdown, then they win the game.
It's going to be a very close game. I don't know if I picked Tennessee to win, but I think it's going to be a close game.
Buffalo and the Jets. Can't believe Buffalo. So much travel early in the season. They have to leave the state to play a game.
Oh, what a hardship.
The Jets are 2 home games to start the year.
Yeah, I don't like that. But anyway.
Jets are 6.5-point dogs at home. 46.5 is the over-under. Even before the Bills' defense got lit up against Lamar, this has always been a more difficult matchup for them. They out of all the AFC East teams, they don't play the Jets well for whatever reason.
No, the Jets have got them a couple of times too over the last 3 years.
So
when did we lose the touchdown?
When did we lose the touchdown? What do you mean?
It's 6.5 now?
Yeah.
I mean, the Jets...
It was 6.5 on Sunday when we did the show, too.
Yeah, like the Jets showed enough life that... Because the Jets play a similar type of effective running from the quarterback and running back position, that I would expect Fields, who, as far as I'm concerned, is zesty Lamar Jackson, should be able to put up, I think, some pretty big numbers in the game, throwing and passing. And I think and then Breece Hall, who looked good again. He looked like old Breece on Sunday. That's great. That's good news. He looked good. I think the Jets are with them stroke for stroke. I think it's a very close match. I'm going to take the Jets, and we're going to tease the New York Jets up. I don't think Buffalo's defense is good enough to allow the Bills to blow any team out. There's just so many opportunities for people to score on what is a very soft defense.
We saw this last year, too, and you said the exact same thing. And the only thing that you kept pointing back to the entire season was how Derrick Henry absolutely mauled them, just like he did again. Maybe Derrick Henry, this is something that I talked about with Noonan on the Monday show about how Mike Vrabel's such a good coach. Maybe he was a good coach when he had his run first, establish the run offense worked really well when you had Derrick Henry. When you had anyone else, it sucked.
Agreed.
So maybe the Bills just can't tackle. No one can tackle. They don't have a team that can tackle Derrick Henry. They can tackle Breece Hall potentially.
I think Justin showed like his ceiling potential there on Sunday, and that. I don't know. He's playing for a contract. He plays like that 4 or 5 weeks. He's going to get paid. The Jets are going to give him a lot of money because they have a lot of money to give him.
I kind of hope they win this game, Jeff, and they sign him to a 5-year deal.
Couldn't be worse. We could
there were.
we could
This
be into
game
him for
was
$200 million like the Dolphins are into Tua.
This game was
worse.
at like 7.5. I was able to get a 7, so maybe I don't know when I haven't been paying attention, but it's gotten smashed. I love the Jets here.
Yeah.
I love the Jets. An emotional, huge comeback, opening night win in a game where, listen, I'm not counting them out. We'll have a conversation at some point in the show about the Chiefs, but watching ball week 1, it does not feel like the road to the Super Bowl will go through the Chiefs. Like, they feel like they're on a different tier than some other teams that I watched. But
Why are we talking about the Chiefs?
What a game that was, and that emotional last second win. And the Bills play on Thursday next week, friends. They play on Thursday against Tim's Dolphins, and they'll
look ahead.
They'll bounce back from their tight win over the Jets here. But the Jets are going to cover. But I know can you imagine saying Josh Allen is an MVP worthy? Like, do you put on clown makeup when you go into work?
You really think that he was the MVP? He caused the fumble. He caused the ball to ricochet off of one receiver's hands into, like, Lamar outplayed him on Sunday night. That's all there is to it.
Is that just like the Jets' hypothetical win?
Like, the Jets might go like 5-12 this year,
Lamar's
but
amazing.
be in like
It's not about Lamar.
they'd be in
It's
like
about
13 of the games. Like, the Jets seem like maybe they're that team.
I wouldn't say that Lamar outplayed
I think
Josh
he did.
Allen. I think that the combination of Lamar and Derrick Henry outplayed Josh Allen.
Because the Bills are built around one person, and the Ravens have more more players.
They have 2.
Well, I have even more than that. But the Bills really only have one player. And
So-
if you
so-
can figure out how to pen him in, the Bills are in trouble.
So that would lead you to believe that Josh Allen is better.
I
Because
don't
they only
think-
have one guy
I
and they
don't
still
think-
win these games against 3 guys.
Okay.
It's just like when King Kong Bundy used to wrestle the 3 midgets. He was better than them. He was just so big. It didn't matter. He was better than them.
I want the Bills so badly.
I'm actually gonna take Buffalo here. You pointed to the soft defense of the Buffalo Bills. How many points did Aaron Rodgers just score on this terrible Jets
look, the
defense?
Jets defense had problems. Look, I'm making no defenses of the Jets.
Yeah,
defense.
this is a guy who I watched for the past 2 years not be able to complete passes or score like 10 points in a game. And now he gets to play the team that he used to play for, lights them up. So maybe
could be a shootout. Could be a very well. Could be. And again, the Jets could lose
The
like
MVP should be able to
36-33.
do what Aaron Rodgers did.
Could be
That's coming.
I really think the Jets could be that team this year, which, like, even if they only wins 5,
What's
6,
that
7
team?
games,
That team of
they're
what?
in every single game. They're like super competitive, and going into next year, people will be like, "Oh, you need to watch out for." Yeah, the Jets had a lot of bad luck. They lost
You're
a lot
like
of
talking
close
about like
games.
the Jets are going to be a team that's like 1-7 in 3-point games, and
Exactly.
then next year be like, that's going to flip this year, baby. On
I
the
can
up.
see it. I can see it already.
I could also see the Jets being like the Saints from last year, where they scored 1,000,000 points through 2 weeks. Or
well, I
a week.
refuse to allow myself to think that.
And then all of a sudden, Justin Fields shows up and is like 3 for 24 through the air.
When that happens,
Tim,
we'll deal with it. We'll deal with it when it happens.
You are about the Justin Fields is a roller coaster. Like, it's like a Simpsons episode. 1 week doesn't carry over to next week.
Okay, but so I'm not allowed to be excited on the part of
it
the
was
roller coaster
good.
it's going down. Like, it was fun.
No, you're right. I agree. And like, even if you took Fields, like, waited on a quarterback in fantasy, took Fields, you look like you're probably going to be all right there. He's going to probably run the ball 100 times this year. I agree. I just say, like, it is going to be like the floor ceiling here. It's you're getting stretched. You're going to get put in the vice.
It's why I wouldn't keep the Jets on as a teaser team. Against the spread, that makes sense. And to win the game, I could see that with the price that they're paying.
I see what
Just
you mean.
don't feel like they're a great teaser team.
I just don't think the Bills' defense is good enough to keep a blowout in place. Buffalo could score enough points to make it happen, but I think their defense are going to give it up on the back end.
I'm curious to know how many like double-digit wins that they had last year. When you said the exact same thing about the Bills' defense, that their defense isn't good enough to do anything. And then all of a sudden...
Go ahead. In division, it's a lot of points to be given a home team in division who just scored 32.
For me, it's like just blindly. It's just the spot, how it worked out. That emotional win off of what feels like the AFC Championship game, opponents are the 2 best teams in combination with the Jets playing on Thursday. Bills win by 27-24. That's my call.
And because it's a long drive back to Orchard Park, their fans can leave early again.
It would be a long. What does that drive?
20, even less. Let's call it like 2017.
Okay.
Okay.
Sloggy game.
This was the preseason. I was like, the Panthers beat the Bills last year? That doesn't make any sense. They blew out the Dolphins. They blew out the Jags. They beat the Jags by 47 or 37 last year. Close game. They blew out the Seahawks. They blew out the Titans, Dolphins. They blew out the Colts double digits. They beat the Niners by 25.
So when they win, they cover.
When they win, they generally cover.
Except
Yeah.
for last week.
I mean, they did cover last week.
They pushed them.
The closing line they covered. Ravens went off.
We're not
as well.
talking.
We're talking about spreads on this show. That's all we're talking about.
Yeah, but in real life, they covered the number. They went off as 1.5 point dogs.
But not
and
every-
they
not
were
every-
they were underdog outright winners. Dog of the week, the Buffalo Bills.
The Steelers were the dog of the week.
The Steelers were favorites.
Or not Steelers, sorry. The other,
Vegas.
yeah.
Is who you're
The,
thinking.
the Chargers were dog of the week.
I think it was Vegas was the biggest underdog to win. Vegas and the Chargers were the only, and the Bills were the only 3 underdogs to win last week. The Bills, they won 31-7 against the Broncos. It felt like the Broncos were in that game.
They scored the first touchdown of the game in the playoffs.
That's
and then
right.
That was it. Then the floodgates opened.
Yeah,
They had
they
a
have,
really big punt.
yeah, they have a good job of like stomping teams once they get up and roll.
Most of those teams
No,
in
I'm
Scrag don't have a very
concerned.
good
But it's a
offense.
spot. I'm playing the spot, the sandwich, the situation. That's what I'm playing. And I got the 7. So I got CLV, baby.
Yeah, you can still get 7 at FanDuel right now. I'm seeing that. Everywhere else is 6.5. San Francisco at New Orleans. This is a problem game here. It's 4.5 for the Saints. They're 4.5 point underdogs. 42 is the over/under. I don't think Brock Purdy's playing.
Is that a Mac Jones line?
I think so.
Yeah.
So Kittle has been placed on IR as we're speaking.
Saints. Gotta take the Saints.
I don't know about that.
Gotta take the Saints.
Mac Jones is better than Spencer Rattler.
Nobody you've ever heard of is playing for the 49ers. pretty much.
Christian McCaffrey is playing. You haven't
We'll
heard.
see-
I'm
we'll
sorry,
see how long.
You
We'll
haven't
see
heard
how
of Mac
long.
Jones?
We'll see how long Christian McCaffrey lasts if he gets 80% of the touches. I don't like his chances. Jennings went out hurt.
Jennings might play.
Jennings, might play. McCaffrey has a calf injury, which he played through on Sunday, but he has and we know that injuries tend to continue to crop up for him. Kittle is gone. Your goodness knows what you're going to get out of Mac Jones. And the Saints, while being not obviously, we thought they were the worst team. Like, they didn't humiliate themselves.
They also played Arizona, who doesn't have the most formidable defense.
No.
That's where I think that San Francisco, Jeff, wins this game, is that they just ravaged the Saints with defense.
Okay. Timmy, this might be my super lock, baby. 49ers. Early in the season, we get the backup quarterback with a coach I like going up against Brandon Staley, that little dipshit. And that, okay, this is such a great spot for the 49ers. There's still a talent gap. I understand the injuries. That's why we're laying this reduced number. What an opportunity here. Super lock consideration for me as the 49ers cross country. Like, just Spencer Rattler sucks and his team sucks.
That's a good point.
I'm already hearing Cam on the Best Bet Show talk about Mac Jones and how much he despises Mac Jones.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be a good, tune
Now
in.
that Mac Jones is a backup, maybe Cam likes him.
No, this is such a Cam picking the Saints if you say one nice thing to him. Who do you like for the gold, Pat? Maybe the Saints. Yeah, the Saints.
Can I,
Plus
Pat?
4.5.
I'll do and
Stevie
this is
Saints
obvious,
on my team.
a little producing to wound Cam up huge this week is when you get to just play dumb about almost his Seahawks fandom and just mention how they got screwed in that Super Bowl versus Pittsburgh because they're playing Pittsburgh.
That is another Super Bowl rematch coming up.
He's gonna explode. He'll explode. He always does. Bill Levy, yeah, he'll explode.
I feel like there were very few things I capped well last week, but capping the Seahawks is just not being able to block, and that being bad news for Sam Darnold was spot on.
Yeah, and yet they still almost won.
That's why one upgrade for the Niners. They released Jake Moody today.
I mean, he was making fewer than 50% of his kicks.
There's Eddie Pinheiro they brought in.
Oh, no tango, Pinheiro.
Maybe they can pick up that guy on the Browns after he gets cut. What was his name?
I don't know.
The no vowel guy, Schveld. Browns kicker. Doing a lot of Googling this show. Let's see, I think I can sign Billy. Is Justin Tucker on the team?
No,
Is he just done?
I think so.
Schmid. Andre Schmidt, I guess.
About Schmidt.
I suppose. The first one from this Cleveland news station. Should the Cleveland Browns cut Andre Schmidt and look for a new kicker?
As someone who went through this last year with the Jets when they should have cut their kicker immediately and didn't, I'm telling you, if there's any question and he's not like an all-star kicker, cut him. Bring somebody else in.
I'll take the Niners.
All right. Also, probably not making one of our screens in a 9-game day.
Well, because we couldn't get that other box working either.
Maybe that'll turn around.
Jared, I think you might have to phone the cable company again. Or go through that same process as you did last time. I don't know why all of the boxes that we had, maybe we've had them too long. They don't work anymore.
No, that one's brand new, which is the most annoying part.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah.
Tell them to give us money back. It's all we can't. We've had this. Just be like, give us $1,000. We're getting screwed here. Seattle and Pittsburgh.
Super Bowl rematch.
There you go.
In Detroit.
No, this game's not in Detroit. This game's in Pittsburgh.
That's how you should mention it to Cam. Now, Cam, if this game were played in Detroit like that Super Bowl was, who would you like in that game? Oh, Mayo. Oh, let me tell you.
Rob, you're a smart guy.
You know the Seahawks were screwed in that game.
Pittsburgh's a 3-point favorite.
Maybe don't let Anton Randall L. throw a touchdown pass against you.
Go ahead.
That was my point.
Well, no, you have to do the game now. Now that you've interrupted me 3 times while introducing it.
Okay, can you put the board up, please?
No. Take the board down.
We have the Seahawks at the Steelers.
Is it in Detroit?
It is at the Steelers.
Is that in Detroit? Where's at the Steelers?
It is at Pittsburgh.
Oh, in Pittsburgh. Okay.
It is in Heinz Field.
Heinz Field's a great catch-up. You see how annoying that is when you're trying to read through something?
You sort of bottled me into that.
Oh, nailed it.
Geoff doesn't. I think Geoff was able to hear Jared. Pittsburgh by 3 at home. 40 is the over/under. Geoff, do you think Pittsburgh's defense is actually that bad?
I mean, the Jets walked them, like dog walked them multiple times in that game. I'm going to take Seattle here. This is it's my row of dogs this week. I think Seattle will be able to match up well in this game, move the ball quite a bit. Maybe. When this week's over, I'll probably realize that Sam Darnold doesn't have Kevin O'Connell anymore, but I'll pretend that's not the case for this week.
See, that's where I'm going. I'm going with Pittsburgh. I thought the Jets did a pretty good job of keeping Fields somewhat safe, but and Sammy Scrambles can move himself around. Even did it against San Francisco a bunch to buy some time, but he's always buying time. He doesn't have a chance to stand there and throw the ball. If they just bracket JSN, I don't know who he throws to at this point.
Bobo.
But he's hurt.
Not Bobo.
You can't throw it at Bobo. He's seeing the lights are too bright. He has a concussion.
I'm going to take Seattle here only as a play against the Steelers. I think the Steelers looked a little better than they are. And
because they beat the Jets?
No, just I feel like the old man only has that trick so many times. And he put all of his effort into doing it to upstage the Jets. Maybe he's a little less interested against it.
You're just going to pick against Pittsburgh all season, aren't
No, not necessarily. Not necessarily, but I am here. But I am here.
No, that was a coded response as to why you like Seattle.
And the total is 40. That was Super Bowl 40. There's a lot of signs here.
If you're seeing signs from everywhere, doesn't that favor Aaron Rodgers?
Seattle revenge.
I think that favors Aaron Rodgers. You're just not seeing it, man.
God. I don't think this is going to be a very good game. I think it's going to be an ugly game. I think it's going to be a game played in the high teens or early 20s. And so in that case, I'll take Seattle without any great confidence.
Can I? I mean, I know I can bet this. I wonder what the number is of over 0.5 Sam Darnold interceptions. Feels like he's going to throw a pick here.
Wouldn't surprise me. Fields didn't.
No, he should have.
He tried to.
They
one
dropped
or two times.
3?
Yeah. Then he dropped a crucial one. But anyway.
That was also a big swing in that game, too. I mean, from both sides. But Fields threw some bad
He threw a couple of bad balls where I was telling him, you were there. I was like, don't do that again.
You're begging for them to run every play.
Because they were gashing to Pittsburgh on the ground. Like when you turned around and gave it to Hall, or if he ran on a QB option, that tended to be, unless you were throwing to Wilson, who caught everything that I think he was throwing, running was a great choice.
He didn't catch that triple coverage fadeaway on the 2-point conversion.
That they called a timeout to discuss before. Yeah, that was bright, boys. It's okay. It's week one.
I've been like lost in the last couple minutes because I don't know whether I want to embarrass myself and tell a story. But I recently had to speak to the cable provider, the internet cable providers. Oh God, there might need to be the beep button in this. I'm really okay. Here we go. So we lost. I came home on last week, and the internet cord was just dangling from the side of my house. I think a truck like clipped the wire that crosses the street. It was like a catastrophic internet cable error. So my shit had been down for days, and they even no-showed an appointment on Saturday where I waited 12 to 5.
I think you're going to say 12 minutes.
No,
but okay.
And on Friday, like I went out, I had to go out to watch a Chargers game. I couldn't even like be in a safe space. Anyhow, like just going through the ringer with these people, you feel like you're being like waterboarded. Like I'd rather be waterboarded than call them back. And you know, sometimes you'll like make a comment that's like more of like a turn of phrase. Like, you know, my wife would say like, oh, we're going out for dinner with these people and those people.
And you're like, fucking like, losers. I
yeah,
didn't really mean
like,
that.
Oh my God, that sounds like my Holocaust. You know, but you don't mean that. You don't mean that. And I slipped. I made a comment in the conversation, like after I'd been screwed over for multiple days, and I didn't mean it. Like I did not mean it. I can go without internet for a few days. I got data on my phone. I'm a father of 3. We need the internet in this house. And I made a comment like, if this doesn't get fixed, I'm gonna
Oh, Jeffrey.
Can I tell you something? They fucking fixed it so quick after that. Like, they put me through to someone who actually helped me after days of no one helping me. Listen, I don't like my grocery bag. Like, I'll take bags at the grocery store. I feel no shame. I'll walk in. I'll take one of their bags.
This is terrible, terrible.
Let him
behavior.
finish the story.
I feel no shame. I mean it. Like if I'm going in there, I'm spending $50+. You're gonna charge me for a bag. I forgot the bags. I didn't bring them in from the car. No, I don't care. I feel no shame in that. But like when the dots fired in my head, what happened there, I actually felt like a great level of shame. But was quite happy that it did seem to expedite the process, though. So.
Well, now you know how to get past the robot on the. You don't have to press human. Now you know what to say.
This
and
is
you know,
terrible.
Like, people on the other end of the phone, like they don't know me, so like they hear that and like
wellness check on this address.
Think of what you did to them.
Like they were like very serious and that like, but all I know is things got done after that slip of the tongue. That phrasing, which I didn't mean. It was just yeah, so there, but I wasn't proud, and I didn't even tell my wife that happened.
You caused that person tremendous distress when you said that.
Well, you don't think that they were causing Geoff tremendous stress by making him wait at home without internet? He's got 3 kids.
This is terrible.
Hold on.
This is why you could be a customer service person.
This is very, very bad
I had
behavior.
an appointment on Saturday,
and that's
12 to 5. 12 to 5. I even called at like 3:30 to be like, I've heard nothing. Is it still happening? And the lady's like, yeah, he'll be there in 40 minutes. They like, not that I'm up to anything special, although I can like lie to them and be like, I missed the event to stay home. But you can't no-show an appointment like that.
And a weekend appointment.
Communicate.
A weekend appointment at that.
Nobody is defending that.
Geoff went too far with what he said. You're also being a big... Oh, that would have been a turn of phrase that I shouldn't be using right now. A real big softy on that one, too. Why don't you calm down there, gentle giant?
Take that stuff seriously. That's bad behavior,
I felt
Jeffrey.
shame. Tim, I want you to know I felt shame. Whereas the bags, I feel no shame. With this, I actually felt shame.
Well, it's good to know that you're not sociopathic.
Because that is like phrasing that you just do not throw around to like,
No.
strangers. It's
Yeah, I mean, now that you've said that, Tim might actually start an online petition to get you fired from your job, like you're that guy, that lady from the Phillies game. That's what Tim wants for you now. He's coming for you.
And I think people who like are trying to find out who that woman actually is are just as crazy as she is. She got like humiliated. She got booed out of the building. Like, I'm not defending her, but her
sounds
shame
like you're
was
defending
in
her.
that moment. Like, her shame was in that moment. She got booed out of the building. She's being harassed in the stadium by other Philly fans for it.
Santa got booed by the Philadelphia
They threw
crowd.
snowballs
No,
at
I'm
him.
just saying, like, I don't think it was really bad, but I don't think it was something that deserved to leave the stadium and that she should be like doxxed or fired, even though all balls should go to kids, period, full stop.
Yeah. Adults shouldn't.
If she caught the ball and wanted to keep it, that's perfectly fine.
You know what I
If she
heard?
didn't catch the ball,
When she
It
started,
honestly isn't even fine. Like, it's not even a good enough excuse for me, Tim. It's like, if you have a kid at home, I'm going to bring him this ball. No, that ball goes to like the first child you make eye contact with, unless it's a milestone ball that's actually worth something. Every ball leaves the building with a child.
I agree. Unless you're also like a teenager or something like that.
Yeah, sure. There's a teenager,
Thinking of a
young,
friend of ours.
whatever.
But do you know what the worst part about the story was about the woman who got the ball back when she started getting booed, Jeff?
What?
She said, if you keep booing.
no. I knew it. Oh no.
And then Tim cried about the trauma that she put the fans through.
This is awful. This is awful. This is just awful. This is not funny. This is the line you should not cross. I am not associated with this in any way.
Don't worry, I can edit that to make it say, I am associated with this in every way.
Oh my gracious. Jeffrey, if you don't win this year, I don't know how I can win. That is such bad behavior.
Bad behavior is not like being insane.
That is extremely bad,
No, insane
antisocial
would be
behavior.
That is not. That is just very entitled behavior.
Most certainly.
But that's not insane. I've said some bad things to people in the service industry over my days.
No, I did not mean it, but I didn't mean it, and I didn't mean to say it, but I said it. Oh, because this was after they no-showed me on Saturday. Someone came on Sunday and couldn't fix the job.
Like, after they got you someone right away, but the person couldn't do the job. They said,
No.
He was like, I don't know how to leave a review. I'm hitting the internet.
No,
Why
I
isn't it
didn't
working?
say that crazy thing I said until
Oh.
after Sunday when they sent someone who couldn't do the job, and this is when I got upset. So they no-showed Saturday. They sent someone on Sunday who didn't have the proper stuff to do the job, and then they said, we'll get you fixed on Wednesday. And that's when I blew a gasket. Like, that's when my gasket popped, and to the point where they came yesterday. Not Wednesday,
goodness.
Monday.
Cleveland and Baltimore is up next.
Thank you for saving me. Moving on.
Yeah, that's what he did.
The Ravens, I don't think this is as big of a deal as you're making it out to be.
It's very, very bad behavior.
It's just funny. Funny stuff. -11. The Ravens are favored at home. 45.5 is the over-under. How much are the Ravens going to be selected in Survivor this week? Like, what is their percentage?
80%.
What do you think, Jeff?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, people going to want to have burn like Philly and Baltimore in back-to-back weeks. That's like when Philly won, you felt happy. But when every favorite wins, it feels like burning Philly was the least EV move of the week.
I agree, but shit happens when you party naked.
Yes. You're probably right. It's probably going to be like 60%.
Because I couldn't find anyone else that I really want to
I
take.
have somebody. I don't like it.
Well, see, that's the problem. Like, if you're going to take Arizona, like, I looked at Arizona against Carolina. I was like, that's pretty obvious, but I'm like, yeah. Like
They're at home, so.
They are at home.
Carolina's real bad.
They are. Maybe they're not as bad as we think. Maybe they just played a bad game.
I know, and I don't like taking Kyler after haranguing people about taking him in week 1. I don't know. I will take the Ravens because they blow out bad teams. They do. They just eviscerate bad teams.
I don't think the Cleveland's a bad team.
Yeah, well, okay. Well, I
Cleveland's
think
better than the Jets.
I don't agree with that, and I will take Baltimore and lay the points.
The coin is taking Cleveland. I'm going to take Cleveland too, Jeff, only because I think this offense is pretty good. I think they can move the ball as long as Jerry Jeudy isn't actively helping the defense cause interceptions, making sure you're dropping it to get first downs. And it seemed like you could pass on Baltimore if nothing else, and all they want to do is pass. That's it. That's all the Browns
Give
want.
it to Cedric Tillman.
They will. He's their number 1 receiver. And Flacco attempted 45 passes against the Bengals. Now, obviously, the Ravens' defense is better than the Bengals' defense. But if you just decide to not run the ball at all, you're going to get like 50 pass attempts. So even if they're down by like 25 at some point, they're going to score touchdowns eventually. That 11 is just a lot of points here. Like last week, obviously, I really liked Cleveland. I thought they were going to beat Cincinnati.
Should have.
They should have. But it was more structured on how they match up well against what Cincinnati does offensively. They can get to the quarterback quickly, especially with the bad offensive line, and they have good corners, and they can take impact receivers out of the game. They are not equipped whatsoever to deal with what Baltimore has.
No. Derrick Henry should just be a bowling ball right through them.
I would agree. And then they have that like little stuff over the middle with Zay Flowers, or Lamar gets to the outside. They can kind of do everything that Cincinnati can't.
So then why take the Browns?
'Cause I think that at least a backdoor covers in play.
Okay.
I like the Cleveland offense.
All right. Fine.
I think that they can block. I think they have capable playmakers, and I think that Flacco's pretty good. Revenge game, too.
It is a revenge game.
So I'll take Cleveland plus 11, Jeff.
I'm with you, Pat. I just think it's too many points. And obviously, if Baltimore blows them out, I'm not shocked. But I think Cleveland can hang around in this game. I have sort of drifted these entire last month or so on your opinion on the Browns, that they're not like the dumpster fire that they are being perceived to be. Yeah, the Ravens play next week on Monday Night Football. So a little muck versus the Browns, a little sandwich game between some big games. The way they held Joe Burrow intact just feels like a lot of points. I'll take it.
Lamar Jackson, 8-5 against the Browns. Not even against the spread. 8-5.
There was a period where Nick Chubb ate the Ravens defense up. It'd be like
They lost them last year too.
It'd be like first play of the game, 80-yard touchdown, Nick Chubb. It's like, oh God, what is going on
It's
here?
a divisional opponent. I mean, it's a lot of points to lay, but just this is the type of game I think Baltimore usually wins handily and by a large margin, and I think that'll happen.
Well, obviously, they don't win that often against the Browns,
But
by
against
a large.
bad teams,
Well,
teams
the
that
Browns are a bad team,
I still think they are. So,
but the Browns have been a bad team for a while now. You just said they're only 8-5 against them,
yeah.
so they don't obviously steamroll them all the time.
No, but I mean, they made the playoffs in one of those years. They were almost in the playoffs another one of those years. So, like, sort of.
Okay. Listen, no one's going to be shocked when Baltimore wins 30-3.
No, I don't trust Flacco still.
I mean,
The Bengals have a bad defense and they put up 16 points.
If Herditz actually brought this up on the ranking show, over the past 16 games where Flacco has started the game, he leads the NFL in passing yards.
Okay.
Like over that period of time.
2 years ago, he was really good. That's why he won comeback player of the year over somebody who passed away on the field and then came back.
Well, he didn't really die. That was the thing.
Oh, okay.
All he did was wake up.
See, that's just, you've done enough damage.
Why are you so concerned about what he's doing?
I need to be concerned about what he's doing.
I think you need to be concerned about what you're doing.
Okay.
You can't. The first thing you said on this show was trumpeting the Jets' hypothetical win from week one.
It kind of was a win. It felt it's weird. As someone who has a lot of experience with losses, this didn't feel like a loss to me. It didn't have the same sort of sting that losses usually have.
What are we going to do for Jeff? Did you have an idea? I mentioned Tim doesn't want to get the Wagyu beef that the guy wants to actually send here, which I would eat if nothing else. But what should we do for the Cust Eat segment? Should we do? Because I mean, should I get like the healthiest food possible? You can try out. I'll make you health foods and you can try them. I feel like that's less fun, but it might be nice.
I would be up for that.
Like, what's the more entertaining thing to do here, Jeff? What do you think?
I'm not sure.
That's helpful.
I don't know. I would just or let Tim eat some fast food sandwiches from
No, but I'm happy to eat healthy stuff. That's fine.
I want whatever's more entertaining, but I don't want to force you to eat fast food if you're, trying to eat better.
Yeah, I mean,
so
but
yeah,
I mean,
get him a salad.
Just a salad.
maybe it'll show up.
What?
The salad, because it didn't show up on Sunday.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. I ordered Tim a salad from Uber Eats, and they just decided to not bring the salad. We had chicken wings instead.
And they were good. To be fair, they were quite good.
Jags at Cincinnati.
Oh, cats.
That's Cat Bowl. 3.5. The Cincinnati Bengals are favored at home. 49.5 is the over-under. I like Cincinnati.
Me too.
Nothing unless. And one thing we actually saw, and I don't know how effective that the Browns really tried to establish the run. They did not run the ball well against Cincinnati. And the only thing the Jags did well offensively was run the ball. So maybe ETN can eat these guys up, but I wouldn't count on that. I'd count on a return to form. The Jags defense isn't quite the Browns defense and what they can be able to accomplish against Joe Burrow and shutting down Higgins and Chase. I think it's just going to be everything that they had pent up last week that they were not able to do. 7 yards in the second half for the Bengals. They're going to score a ton of points.
Well, but that's the case for the Jaguars, that you think this slow starting from Cincinnati is so chronic that it will continue to rear its head here in week 2. And the Bengals have some players on offense who can make a difference, and more so than Cleveland, in my opinion. And if they get an opportunity, they're going to score more than 16 points. They might score 22, 23 points.
I don't think it's going to be enough.
And the Bengals, if they're slow starters again, if they're not firing the way they should be, if the Jaguars are able to bring some pressure on Burrow, I'm picking Cincinnati. I took them all the way to the Super Bowl. So I'm obviously picking the Bengals. But I can totally see the logic if you're getting yourself to Jacksonville here if you wanted to.
I think the only logic, Jeff, is that Bengals start slow. Zach Taylor's record the first 2 weeks, like that, you're banking on that.
Yeah.
Like when I took Cleveland last week, I wasn't banking on the Bengals starting slow. I just thought it was a bad matchup. That Cleveland matches up well with Cincinnati. I don't think Jacksonville matches up well with Cincinnati.
I will not stop fading Cincinnati until they show me I should stop fading. Their coach sucks. Their defense sucks. Their offense is fantasy bro overrated. Give me the Jags.
What do the Jags do well?
I don't care.
Nothing. They can throw the ball between 2 and 8 yards semi-effectively. That's it.
They can not throw it to Brian Thomas.
They can not throw it
good
to
at that.
him. But like they don't take. Maybe they just didn't have to against Carolina, and I'm overreacting to have an
What they
offense
do
game.
well is that they're
2 hour
getting
break.
3.5 points, and I want them.
Okay,
Yeah,
fair enough.
I get it.
What were you gonna say?
There was also a 2-hour break in that game. So again, it's
Yeah,
weird.
but
to-
the offense didn't change before. It wasn't like the Philly-Dallas game where, hey, there's a bunch of offense in this game and now there's none. Now it's like, yeah, we're going to continue to throw these like 5-yard outs, and anytime he tries to throw the ball more than 15 yards, it's nowhere near where he's trying to throw it.
Yeah,
And we took that game off of TV, and we obviously used it to put the Jays game on. But then there was no when it came back, it was pretty much like if someone wants to stand up and fix it, then you can, and no one cared to even get up and change it. So we kept it.
So you switched it to the Jays game. You didn't switch it to Saints Cardinals.
I don't know. That was rocking on a laptop somewhere in the room.
Okay. For over a century, Johnnie Walker has shared its bold spirit with the game of golf. Now, crafted with Devereux Golf, Johnnie Walker introduces the Johnnie Walker Blue Label-inspired Sunday Golf Bag, elevating the game with sleek design, Blue Label hues, and refined gold accents. Celebrate your hole-in-one with a premium Sunday bag crafted by Devereux Golf. Submit proof of your achievement to johnniewalker.com/blue-in-1. Please drink responsibly. This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. Give online therapy a try at betterhelp.com/PatMayo and get on your way to being your best self. Sometimes we turn to some funny places for support, but not everyone's a therapist. Not everyone is the one. Find your right match with BetterHelp. What you need to do is actually talk to a quality therapist, and BetterHelp therapists work according to a strict code of conduct and are fully licensed in the United States. It's also completely online. You can pause your subscription whenever you need to and switch therapists anytime at no extra cost. As the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Find the one with BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/PatMayo. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/PatMayo. Here's a stat that stops people in their tracks. Nearly half of American adults say they would suffer financial hardship within 6 months if they lost their primary income earner. If that stat hits close to home, you're not alone, and you're not out of options. With Policy Genius, you can find life insurance policies starting at just $276 a year for $1 million in coverage. It's an easy way to protect the people you love and feel good about the future. Policy Genius makes it easy on you by helping you compare your options by getting quotes from America's top insurers in just a few clicks to find your lowest price. And you can talk to a team of licensed agents who can walk you through the entire process step by step. So, secure your family's future with Policy Genius. Head to policygenius.com/Mayo to compare free life insurance quotes from top companies and see how much you can save. That's policygenius.com/Mayo. Now that I'm old, I've had to come to the fact that I just don't bounce back the way that I used to. I don't wake up in the morning feeling normal. And now that football season has started, that is absolutely unacceptable. Because I got work to do in the morning, and I got kids that are waking up. It's no good. But that isn't a problem anymore because I found ZBiotics Pre-Alcohol. The ZBiotics Pre-Alcohol probiotic drink is the world's first genetically engineered probiotic, invented by PhD scientists to tackle the rough mornings after drinking. Here's how it works. When you drink, alcohol gets converted into a toxic byproduct in the gut. It's a buildup of this byproduct, not dehydration, that's to blame for the rough days after drinking. Pre-alcohol produces an enzyme to break this byproduct down. Just remember to make pre-alcohol the first drink of your night. Drink responsibly, and you'll feel the best tomorrow. Go to zbiotics.com/PatMayo to learn more and get 15% off your first order when you use PatMayo at checkout. ZBiotics is backed with a 100% money-back guarantee, so if you're unsatisfied for any reason, they'll refund you your money, no questions asked. Remember to head to zbiotics.com/PatMayo and use the code PatMayo at checkout for 15% off. Well, that brings us to the midway point of the show, which means it's time for a mini version of Cust Corner.
Cust Corner, it's Cust Corner. Cust Corner, it's Cust Corner. He's got the hottest takes with the highest stakes. He should be president of the United States, but it's Cust Corner, it's Cust Corner. Cust Corner,
So I have a couple of little things, and you can tell me which one you want to discuss.
You can bring them all up. Just surprise me.
So if you're like me, this time of year you find in the city, there's always construction taking place at important spots. And I think they should invent like this, I don't know, 1 or 2 story little ramp that can go over top of the construction so that you can drive safely over the part of the street that's under construction and they can continue to do their construction work. Like it wouldn't, but like it, you know, if you're doing a huge stretch of construction, that probably isn't possible. But if they're doing like, I don't know, a 250 meter, 500 meter long stretch of a road, they should be able to build like this big ramp that goes up that you can drive on to allow traffic to continue to flow through, and you wouldn't have to then sit in traffic for 25 minutes. You don't think that would be super convenient?
So let me ask you this. Even if it's 250 meters, that's pretty long. There's no 250 meter truck to bring this thing around. So all you're doing in this situation is creating construction before the construction, then they got to do the construction, then they have to do more construction afterwards to take the construction down.
You put it together in one night.
Airlifting in this ramp?
No. It comes in pieces. The truck shows up, they take it out, they put it together, like at 2 a.m. or something when they do night construction. And then it's ready to roll for rush hour, and you can continue to do the construction for as long as it takes. And then when it's over, again, some night, you take it down.
I don't think that OSHA would allow you to do construction.
Well, obviously,
one of these things.
It would have to be obviously safe and secured. But you could, I'm just thinking it would be so convenient to be able to like avoid massive snarls in traffic by being able to drive over top of it safely.
I don't disagree with you. I think that would be wildly convenient. This is not that dissimilar to your idea, but on a much smaller scale of just building every road in the world has multiple levels to it.
But that was more or less to avoid having to drive next to big trucks, which scare me. This is more about not having to sit for forever in construction while you're waiting for a stretch of road in an important part of the city to be fixed. You can just zoom over top of it.
Sounds like Lego.
No, it would be made from metal and concrete or whatever. Not concrete, but like metal and those like grates that people drive across. Like it would have to be 100%
These are like
safe
temporary
and secure.
bleachers. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, like a temporary ramp that gets set up so that they can do the construction and you can just drive over top of it safely.
A temporary ramp that can carry the loads of vehicles.
Well, yeah, exactly. You ask an engineer, what do I need to make it out of? How do I reinforce it?
Now, how do you think these construction companies get these contracts to begin with? What do you think the number one thing is when they're looking to hire, besides like mob connections?
The lowest bid?
The lowest bid. So how much would these things cost?
Well, the first one would cost something, but then you just have it ad infinitum.
Yeah, it doesn't cost $0 to set up. This sounds like where are you going to store these things? How are you going to transport them? How are you going to put them together? How long do they take to put together? I don't think you've thought this through.
That could be that could be some people's job. That their job.
So now we're paying more people too.
That their job is to help assemble the ramp so that people can drive over top of the construction. It would make construction more amenable.
Expensive.
Maybe a little bit to start, but in the end, it would be you could.
Where do you put them? Where do you put these things?
You just, again, because you disassemble them when you're done, it wouldn't be that.
So how long does it take to set up?
Probably a few hours.
A few hours to cover an entire. So even if it was 250 meters, which is what in miles? I don't know.
Like a tenth of a mile.
Tenth of a mile. It's a lot to set something up that's completely disassembled to assemble that is sturdy enough. Just think about the transportation load of trying to get it there and where to put these things in the first place.
Put it on a couple of trucks because it's just all loose, and then you bring it to when you get there, you bolt it into place.
These are you need a crane to do this for one thing. How else are you going to get the stuff up? This reinforced steel.
I mean, I guess, but you're doing it at night, so it's okay. You move it in and out.
What?
I think it would work.
So how many people do you think it would take to put this thing together?
Probably
This is like the
dozen.
Army
A
Corps.
dozen.
This is like the Army Corps of Engineers that would.
Well, make it shorter then. Make it just like a 20 meter.
Well, now we're
strip.
not even getting over the construction
Just enough that like
It's not practical.
at all.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to think of a way to avoid massive
What are
construction
you in
delays.
a rush for?
Nobody likes to have to sit in traffic when it's full of construction.
Agreed.
And there are all kinds of places where the infrastructure could definitely benefit from, particularly in high trafficked areas, more frequent maintenance on the roads that you
Why
avoid.
didn't you just turn on the blasters on your car and fly over the problem?
All right. Now, see, that's not a serious comment.
But I don't think that your idea is overly. It's in the same ballpark of unserious.
Okay. I have this other idea.
Okay.
It's more likely that cars get blasters to hover over these issues than the ramp would ever get made. Okay.
I think it's doable. I think it would be fun, and I think it would be
fun.
it'd be cool to kind of drive over the ramp.
You would be terrified to drive over the ramp.
Well, maybe, yeah.
Remember when we
That
asked you?
ramp would scare the shit out of you.
Remember when we were playing golf at Brunello and you have to drive across that bridge? We were trying to figure out how much that bridge cost, and you said like $20,000, and it turned out it was like $1.3 million. I feel like you're just off in your judge and how much this stuff costs.
I mean, it probably.
And that was like a 30-foot bridge?
Yeah, I mean, maybe a touch longer, but it went over a street. But I mean, I'm thinking like, okay, maybe 250 meters is too long. Maybe like 100 meters, but like enough that there's enough length and rise that you get over the construction safely, and then you move on to the other side.
So
Okay, maybe you won't laugh at your next idea.
but hold on a second. Let's say there is 250 meters of construction. So what you're saying is that you do it in increments of 100 meters, and that way the ramp can go over all the construction?
Well, no, maybe it just needs to be for shorter stretches. I don't know. It's a work in progress, but I'm just thinking it would be convenient to have elevated ramps that you could drive over construction and not have to be delayed because only one lane is open and you've got to wait for that lane to clear for your turn.
It feels like it would take more time to set up this ramp than actually do the construction.
Well, I feel like once you got it down pat and it was people's jobs and they were very good at it, that they would actually be able to put it up with relative
He
speed.
thinks this is like the WWE crew setting up the ring. They've done it enough. They know what they're doing. It takes them 40 minutes.
Well, it's true of any job, though. The more and more you do it, the faster and faster you get at it.
I don't think I'd want people skimping on this in terms of
Not
time.
skimping, but like professionals who had done it enough and knew what they were doing would be able to do it with relative alacrity.
I think you're really underestimating how difficult it would be to take down and put up one of these structures.
What are the odds I like your second idea less than this one?
I don't know. So I think this frustrates me. How often have you been to the grocery store and bought something that went on sale the next week?
Would never know.
It happens to me all the time. I think grocery stores should give a heads up to people about what things are about to be on sale but aren't on sale yet. I would love that, and I think customers would love that too. If it's the sort of thing that I can wait to buy next week, I'll buy it next week. But if it's something you need right away, it's still there. You purchase it at the regular price. But they tell you, hey, next week's Flyers is going to have this on at this price and this on at this price. And so you sort of have a heads up to the deals so that you can be strategic about when and where you purchase things.
Shut up.
Why do you think that things go on sale at the grocery store?
There's all
have too
kinds of
many of
reasons.
What do you think the primary reason is that things go on sale?
Get rid of them. Or they got a great deal on something from like Nabisco and like they bought it at mass at a great price and now we're going to pump it out.
Or they have too much of something that they weren't able to move, so now it has to go on sale so they can get rid of it. They don't know that in advance.
The week before, they probably know.
Tim,
They
it's
probably
sort of
have-
like gambling. I'm walking down that aisle and I could buy that bag of chips for $3.50, but next week it could be $2.99, and that's just the gamble I take.
Yeah, but you know what? It's real annoying when you don't beat the house because you bought it at $4 when it went on for $2.99 the next week. I'm like, I wish I had purchased it
You don't
now
even
instead of
look at
then.
Yeah, you don't look
prices.
at the prices of anything.
But I still like a deal and still want a deal.
But you would never know that you were getting a deal or not
But I
getting
look
a
at the
deal.
flyers.
Well, sometimes hey, here's the funny thing about flyers. Just because something is on the front page of a flyer and they don't necessarily say it's a deal.
It is a deal. That's why it's on the flyer.
No, it's not. See, this is how they get you.
Yeah, they just trick you. But Tim,
They just
why would
they will just promote something on the front page of a flyer that is exactly the same price that it's always been, but you now think it's on sale.
Well, I'd like
and why
maybe,
would they let you? Why would they give you information that would lead you to not buy something?
maybe this
And
goes to,
who
like,
knows what
advanced
happens
members.
in a week?
maybe this goes to people who have
so
like,
you want to pay more money for a membership to know when there's potential
No, but, like-
savings coming down the line.
But you know, if you're somebody who has
And then you're someone who doesn't look at the price anyway, so you'd just be paying
No,
more
but
money.
You're one of those
Tim,
people
like,
with those
there are
cards.
There are items that like always go on sale, so you just buy them when they're on sale, and you can even stock up a little.
Yeah, but if I need it, but I don't need it this instant, I'm happy to wait another week because I'll get it on sale, and it would be super
But you
convenient to have
just
the heads
wait
up.
because this item always goes on sale.
But what if it's not for another 3 weeks or 4 weeks?
Are you really sweating the dollar that much?
I'm just saying.
Like what, Nate? List the type of things that you buy that you would wait a week to get because they're 50 cents off.
What anecdotally happened where you bought something a week ago and then you went back this week and you just what a dagger. It's Pat, it's like betting a game and then you go to the book the next day and there's a better price. And it's just like a dagger to the heart, to not be getting that half point and have already bet it.
Yeah, it sucks. Then you go on with the rest of your life.
Yeah, but
So what was it? What did you buy that
it's
went on
happened to
sale?
me more than once.
Just
but,
give us a list. Top
recently,
3.
like, sparkling water, that'll happen to me.
So what was the price?
I think it was like on for
You say you don't even know if it was a deal.
$5.99, but I know its regular price is far more than that.
Okay, and how much more? What's the regular
I think
price?
the regular price is like $7.99.
Really? They're just giving you $2, huh?
That totally happens. Or like
12-pack of sparkling water?
Or like, for example, the 1 liter bottles of Diet Coke, they're like usually like $2.79, but sometimes they'll go on sale for like $1 a piece because it's like 10 for 10. And like, if I've already purchased, then like I didn't get the deal that I was looking for. And I'm not going to like stockpile.
So how much do you say they were on sale for? $4.99?
$5.99.
They're regularly $5.63.
Well, it depends what type of water you're looking at.
I'm looking at the Blue Menu sparkling water.
So that was not what I bought.
What'd you buy?
I bought Bubbly.
Oh, so
There was a deal on it, and after I did,
you know, if you really cared about saving money on these sorts of things, it's not even about the saving money. It's about the principle that you paid more than it currently is.
Yeah.
Because if that was the case, you just buy the inferior product for cheaper prices.
yeah, I don't like, and I'm sure I know I am not the only person out there who's experienced this and has been annoyed by the time you go to the grocery store. The next time you go, Really? The bits and bytes are on for $1.99 this week,
Oh
and I
my
spent $4 on them last week.
$4. Do you think they're giving you $3 off?
But like they're $3.99 usually, and you got them for $1.99 on a hot deal. And so anyway, it's stuff like that. It would be nice if the grocery stores would give you the heads up, like the back page of the flyer would be next week's deals will include, and they can give you some of them so that I can like plan my purchasing out.
Where are you getting these flyers from?
If you go into the grocery store, there's a basket of flyers. You just grab.
take those?
Of course I do. I want to see what's on sale.
But you don't care. You're going to buy whatever anyway.
Yeah, but like if stuff's on that I wouldn't usually buy, oh, that's probably a good
like,
buy.
name the last thing that you saw in a flyer that you wouldn't normally buy that you've now bought.
I bought some fruit that way.
Because you don't normally buy fruit.
I don't usually buy like peaches or nectarines or whatever, or cherries, but if they're on sale, then then maybe I'll buy them right now.
So you don't like nectarines, but if they're on sale, you'll buy them and eat them.
Yeah, sure. Because I mean, they're not that bad.
Why? Why? So all these flyers have done is encourage you to spend money you weren't going to spend in the first place.
So, but if I knew it in advance, then I could make sure I knew what I was going to buy for the next week. It would be handy and convenient, and I think people would love it.
And you want to charge a membership fee for
Well,
this?
no, but maybe it's only people who are subscribed to like the grocery store's card. They get like an email that lets you know the week before.
Why would they do that?
Well, A, to encourage you more likely to sign up for their whatever their points card is, and to reward you as a customer.
Would you get their points card?
If they were going to give me stuff like that, it would be intriguing, yeah.
Interesting. Jeff, this sounds insane to me.
It's a parlay of insanity.
Okay.
I'm coming around.
Okay.
All right.
I'm coming around.
Continue selling Jared here. What else do you need to know, Jared?
Oh, Substack,
Yeah.
Mayo Media newsletter,
Yeah.
free read. Well, what if they put, you signed up for that. They get ads. They put, 2 or 3 ads in the email each week. You don't have to pay a membership fee. They get a little money. You get a little heads up on toilet paper deals.
Toilet paper I could see. But that's probably where your Costco membership comes into hand.
But anything, any number of items, it's nice to know if they're about to go on sale, that I can purchase them.
I mean, I'm privileged Pat over here. I walk into the grocery store, I get what I need, and I leave.
I usually do as well. But I mean, I'm just saying there were stuff that if I knew it was going to go on sale next week, I'll wait. I'll get those crispers next week. They'll be on sale then.
Then why get the crispers ever then?
Well,
if you can go the week without the crispers, something you absolutely do not need, who cares if they're 30 cents off next week? Just don't get them.
But if they're on sale, it's a good buy, and I want to get them.
Is it a good buy? It sounds like it's a bad buy regardless.
Well, anyway, it bothers me when I find like I didn't get the good end of the deal.
It seems very strange at a grocery store.
But we're just rehashing this over and over again. It would just be super convenient for people who plan out in advance what they're going to purchase to know that, hey, next week, this is going to be on sale. So you can know what you're going to buy in advance. You might even be able to menu prep knowing this in advance. That'd be super convenient. There's only upsides.
So you wouldn't, no, it's not, there's no upside for the grocery store to do it in the first place.
Sure there is.
No, there isn't. As Jeff already pointed out, they want people buying it all times.
And that stuff is still there for purchase.
Yeah, but they can sell it for more right now.
Yeah.
Tim, what if you're there this week and it's on sale for less next week, but they give you, if you're part of the member, it's $4 now. It's going to be $3 next week. But since you're a member, you can buy it now for $3.50.
I love it.
You can middle, but you're getting the worst end of the deal.
I'm just better than if I didn't have any deal at all, though. At least they're meeting me in the middle.
So I would love to sell you a car. It would be amazing.
That guy that sold Tim his Corolla must have
I
been
don't have
snickering
a Corolla. I have a
good.
Camry. I don't have a Corolla.
He's like, you know what? This Corolla, you're
I
gonna
don't have a Corolla.
It's $38,000, and you're like, oh, I can't pay that much for it. You know what I'm gonna do? I'll give it to you for $36,500. You're like, oh my god, $1,500 off. Well, it's worth like $10,000.
I don't think I'm that much of a mark, to be honest.
All you want is someone to tell you you're saving a little bit of money. That's all you apparently want, whether you're actually saving it or not.
But if I'm going to buy something, I'd rather buy it at the sale price, and I'd like to know what it's going to be.
It's like betting. We put that Pizzola on Thursday. Best
trying to
price.
take
Everyone
the
wants to get
question-
best price.
Trying to take the variance out of it
How is that taking the variance out of it?
by knowing what it's going to be in the
You're
future.
either withholding yourself from getting something you want, or you're actively buying things you don't want.
I'll wait the week to get it.
It's food. You eat food.
Whatever.
So if you have to wait a week to buy something, and you can afford to buy it at the normal price. Now, if you can't afford it, then this would be great.
For many people, they can't.
This would be great, but you're not that person.
But it's not just for me.
But you're talking about it as main
But I'm
character
thinking-
Tim.
no, but
no,
I'm
you're
think-
thinking. You didn't say anything. I'm the first person to bring up low-income people here. You're talking about how much it makes you feel better when you get a deal.
Well, yeah, that's how it benefits me.
Yeah.
But that's not the only positive externality.
So the extra time that you're putting into this to find these deals in the first place is worth way less than the actual 30 cents of savings you're going to
30
get.
seconds to look at the back of the ads.
How much is your time worth?
30 seconds, it's worth that. Whatever the savings are, that's worth that.
I don't know if it is.
It is. And for people who do, need to be very cautious.
Oh yeah, well, let's turn this into you're just looking out for fucking
No,
poor people here. Give your head a shake,
no,
pal.
but-
You're looking out for you and what's convenient for you.
No.
And now you've heard me say that. Now you're going to latch onto that.
No, but it's like, when Adam Smith talks about the reason the butcher and the brewer and the baker make the deals that they do, it's because they want to get something out of it. They don't act out of their own self-interest or out of their own altruism, but out of their own self-interest. But in acting out of self-interest, it actually generates positive effects for society. So me acting out of my self-interest would actually have this positive effect for others, for whom it's more of a delicate situation.
It's not a positive effect for the people selling the food.
They're still going to have.
So you want to take away from the bottom line of a corporation? You think that's not good for the
They'll
shareholders,
sell
pal?
more of those products.
No, they won't. They will not sell more of the products.
I think they will.
They absolutely will not. Because if they did, they'd already do it.
I think they would, because people miss out on the deals not knowing that they're coming. But if they knew a week in advance and were more likely to buy, probably would move more product too.
No, they wouldn't. They'd have more expired product.
Well, test pilot it. It would be cool.
You don't think that they've thought of these things?
I don't know if they have.
It's just like you don't think that the city has thought about, what if we just build another bridge over this construction?
It
How
would
can
be
that
so
go wrong?
convenient to have that bridge to drive over, and you wouldn't have to sit there and wait in traffic all the day. What's your time worth?
A lot.
Well, then I'm giving you a way to cut 20 to 25 minutes out of your day, and you turn your nose up at it.
It's unaffordable.
Well, nothing is free. It's an investment in infrastructure.
So my property tax, I know you're a renter. I'm an owner. I don't need my taxes going up, so I have to fucking pay for you to not sit in traffic.
That's better for the environment, not to have everybody idling.
You think it's better for the environment to do more construction on construction?
Than have people idling? And I think probably.
Well,
I don't know. I'm not an environmental scientist.
The cars come with the anti-idling thing now. You have to really go out of your way to turn that off.
Well,
'Cause it sucks.
many of us don't have such cars.
I would say that more people now have those cars than not.
I don't know.
Not his Corolla.
No, his Corolla does
Stop
not. That's true.
calling
it
it
does
that.
have dead man's hats in the back.
Stop it. All right.
It's a haunted
now
car.
you're attacking me.
We attacked your ideas because they were terrible.
Yeah, we're attacking your ideas, not you. I'm sorry.
Well, okay. Well,
love
I think
you.
they're both great ideas. I also don't like these fancy poutines they're coming out with these days.
Then don't eat them.
Like, I don't.
You know what? Maybe don't eat poutine.
But you know what? You don't need bacon and caramelized onion and
Why?
green onion.
What if you wanted raw onions?
and-
You wouldn't want that either because that's all you can taste is the raw onion.
Well, yeah, exactly.
so you need to have it caramelized if you're going to have onions.
Just the three things is all you need. You don't need to gussy it up with all this other stuff.
What if
pork
people would want that?
But I'm saying it doesn't belong on poutine, and we
Oh.
don't need that.
You know what went out of business?
What?
Your fucking alcohol-free bar.
Oh, did it really?
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
It lasted a clean 3 weeks.
Oh, dear.
How many times did you go after you said you were going to be a big supporter?
Well, I didn't have time.
I would have thought the time to go would be like in the first 3 weeks.
I didn't realize it was that precarious.
After everyone telling
Not
you that it
3
was.
weeks. If you told me it didn't last after a year, well, okay. Well, but 3 weeks, that seems incredibly short.
Yeah, it turns out no one wanted it. And all the people that said they wanted it didn't go.
Well, I mean, I would have gone in time.
Would you?
I would.
I feel like you wouldn't. You say you're going to do a lot of stuff in time that you don't do.
Well, I guess it's a good life lesson, then, that life is short, and don't wait.
And you have to go to your hipster alcohol-free bar.
I think it's a great idea.
It's a fantastic idea. We just saw how great of an idea it was.
Well, I'm surprised that it fell apart that quickly, because it is a good idea. You got to give it some time.
To lose more money? You're very good at spending other people's money here.
What I'm doing is thinking about
What?
conveniences for people. I'm
for
so
you.
sorry. No,
For
but
you.
It's not just me. Other people, it's not like it's only going to benefit me. It benefits the society in general. Yeah, it does.
No, it doesn't.
You can keep shaking your head at me. I'm going to keep telling you that it is. It's better for everybody.
You want the city to spend $200 million to build a structure.
Oh, I don't think it would be that
Because you don't fucking know what anything costs.
$100 million.
To have a mobile structure that needs to be stored,
Okay,
set
Dr.
up,
Evil.
and taken down.
Yeah.
Every single time that there's construction anywhere that needs to have the type of steel in it to be reinforced that cars can drive over construction, what do you think this costs? 30 grand?
No, a few mil, but not
A few mil.
Not
We just
too-
talked about a fucking bridge that
was
costs
at
1
million.
What,
So this is going to be 200 times more expensive.
yes.
Please.
You have to set it
Come
up,
off
take
of
it down, and store it. And
way.
as you said, you need a full-time crew to run it as well.
Well, they can also be part of the construction crew. Like, obviously, the construction is not happening while the thing is being built, so that's part of the
So
job.
this is owned privately by the construction company.
no, it doesn't. No, it would be owned by the city or whatever.
So now the city is now paying for another company to have to pay their employees to do that too?
Well, that's
and
all
the
part-
city is paying for
It's
it.
all part of the construction. It's all part of the construction, so that people can drive over the traffic.
It's not a part of the construction because the construction company wouldn't fucking own this. So now it's a taxpayer's expense there.
Sorry, I have ideas. I'm sorry.
So, sorry, all you're trying to do is get me to spend more money.
I just want to make people's lives more convenient.
Well, this would actually make it less convenient because you'd have to spend time setting it up, which doesn't take 4 hours like you'd think.
I think it could be done faster than you think. You seem to think it's going to take a month. I don't think so.
I think it would take like a week.
I don't know.
And you need to bring in cranes in order to lift the steel.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. I'm not an engineer. I'll not sit here and pontificate about how you'd put it together.
It would take more than 4 hours to put up like the bleachers around the 18th hole for a golf tournament.
I don't know. I'm just saying it would be really convenient to have, and I would like it.
Okay. Let's pick games.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry I offend you with my ideas.
I love your ideas. I love you. Don't worry.
Denver and Indy is one of the sacrificial lamb games here. Indianapolis Jones, as people are calling him these days.
People are calling him Indianapolis Jones.
Well, Chris Berman's calling him Indiana Jones.
Okay, well, fair enough.
I think Indianapolis Jones is from Trailer Park Boys.
I think that's something else.
No?
I think it's Philadelphia Collins.
No, I think what Ricky was trying to say, you got your Indianapolis Jones hat on.
Okay. That's a funny joke. That's a funny joke.
42.5 is the total in this game. This is an interesting one. Dimes look good in week 1. That was against Miami's defense. What does it look like? Even though they're indoors, they're in Indianapolis. It's obviously an advantage to Denver to be playing at home and outdoors on a slower track. What is Denver's defense good enough relative to Indianapolis' defense, which could be really good? We don't know. It was against Miami. Maybe they are really good. Miami's offense is actually fine. This is just a much better unit than a lot of us gave it credit for. Are they going to be able to do to Bo Nix what Tennessee did to Bo Nix?
This game's in Indianapolis, yes?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought so. Okay. I take the Colts.
Okay. Why?
Getting the points at home, Denver's offense did look pretty anemic, even though their defense looked great. And Indianapolis looked good on both sides of the ball. And I wasn't super pumped for Denver to begin with. I was far more skeptical than you folks were on Denver. So I just feel like you're getting the right price to take the Colts here.
I think Tim's just took it. It's simple for me. I think it's like a fair, right price to get the Colts at home. I think I drafted them in our wins league, and I said I think this is a mid team that is just being thought of as horrible. And if they're a mid team, I think this point spread is fair at home in week 2. It's the Colts are probably like the hardest team to know what to make of right now, right? Like, especially if you're Tim and you think the Dolphins are the worst team in the league, then how much credit do we need to give last week, even if it was dominant? I don't know. I think the Dolphins are, I don't know. Last week I thought the Dolphins are mid. So I thought it was impressive. I'm taking the Colts here.
I'm going to take Denver. And maybe the offense just doesn't heat up, and maybe they're kind of like Cincinnati because their offense looked bad in September last year as well. And then Bo Nix got going as the season went along because he looked actively bad.
Sean Payton, crazy. 3-19 against the spread in weeks 1 and 2 since returning from Bounty Gate. That's per Walter.
He's got those glasses on. He looks like when Ernest used to dress up like his mother. That's what he looks like. I know that's a reference that dozens of you will get, but if you've seen Ernest Goes to Jail or Ernest Scared Stupid, which we talk about all the time, or, all the other various Ernest movies, when he dresses up like his mother, he kind of looks like Sean Payton with those glasses.
I think the Colts can win this outright. I wonder what Cam, this is a battle of horses, so I'm sure he'll be making some fun.
Of course they can win the game. They're 2-point dogs at home. Of course
Yeah,
they can
no.
win the game.
Their case would be
I
like
didn't mean that as
They're-
like
they're
a
ca-
hot
they're-
take.
I think
good
that
teams blow out
I
bad
didn't mean it
teams,
as a hot
and they did
take.
that.
yeah,
If they're a
but
good
now
team,
they're playing a good team,
right,
or at least an average team.
and they're getting points at home.
But they're not getting a lot of points. Like,
But they're not
if
getting-
Denver wins, they're likely to cover this game.
Well, sure, it's 2 points. So
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if you're getting points at home and you think they're a good team, you should probably take good teams getting points at home most of the time.
I'm just going to take Denver. I think that Nix is better than Daniel Jones, and I think it comes down to what do you think? Where do you think the bigger gap is? Is it the Denver defense versus the Indy offense, or vice versa?
Vice versa.
So you think that the Indy defense has a bigger gap versus the Denver offense than Denver does against Indy's offense?
Yeah, I think so.
Really? Why would you say that?
I mean, I was so unimpressed with the Denver offense. Is why.
I think that may have been Tennessee.
Maybe it was, but like Nix didn't just. He looked like he looked earlier in the season last year, which was like sort of out of sorts, and the play calling wasn't really complimenting what he needed
He looked
to do.
very casual.
Yeah,
in the
so-
pocket, just
So
looking around, making bad passes, shaking it off.
And like you guys certainly all think that the Colts are better than Tennessee, so if they can do a little bit of something, anyway, I'm interested in this game. I'm as interested in this game as I am in the Philly KC game. To be perfectly honest with you,
Geoff, I would actually like to see someone who has a very strong stance on this game, because I feel like everyone you talk to this week is going to be very wishy-washy on this game.
I've yet to come across someone who's like got this as a best bet or game of the week situation.
I think it will be an interesting watch, if nothing else.
Indy on like a teaser also seems attractive. I mean,
Agreed. Unless it just reverts to, like, if this reverts to what these teams were in the second half last year, this is like Denver 38-3.
I'm not putting Daniel Jones on teaser quite.
no, this could be a game where everyone just like laughs at what happened last week and mocks the Dolphins and like gets to be like, see, my priors on Denver were all in. Like they just dummied the other horse team on the road.
The Battle of the Horses. It was just like the Battle of the Aarons last week, and Rodgers won.
Yeah, there's lots of battles this week.
Aaron Glenn had to change the spelling of his name to E-R-I-N.
Okay.
Going forward. So that's not good for the Jets' head coaching situation. Carolina at Arizona. Arizona is a 6.5-point favorite. If you're not taking Baltimore in Survivor, you're probably going to take Arizona if you didn't use them last week against the Saints. I kind of wish I did use them last week against the Saints now, in retrospect.
Take the Bills.
I was
How
thinking
could the Jets win that game?
I was thinking about taking the
Yeah, how
Bills,
could the
actually.
Jets win? The Jets aren't going to win that game. Take the Bills.
44.5 is the total. Arizona looked fine. It felt like they sleptwalked through the entire game.
That's all I need. I just need a fine team against Carolina. We're teasing Arizona down to a half point, and we're taking the Cardinals here.
Geoff, Arizona had a chance to blow that game at the very last second. Like they let New Orleans stay. If New Orleans hadn't missed so many fucking field goals, it was very, very Browns-esque in that sense that they would have had a chance to outright win the game at the end, which I don't think that's a spot you want to be in.
Nope. There was a pass like from the 20 that a guy dropped. The Cardinals miss a field goal too in the last like five minutes or so. Other than Dallas might be the only favorite I've picked, right?
Yeah, I mean, the dogs, how many dogs covered last week?
Not many.
Browns, Vegas, Bills,
Chargers.
Jets, Chargers,
Cowboys.
Cowboys. That was it?
I think so. So 6 of 16.
So it's probably unlikely to be 1 in 15.
Yeah.
I don't want to count out how shit. I don't know. I'm not ready to be like Carolina's the Nutlows again, but I need to probably be headed there.
It's an interesting spot here because the line I feel like is wrong either way. Either Carolina is way worse than 6.5, or last week was an outlier and this should be like 3.5. And you have to pick what side you want to be on. I'm going to say that Carolina gets it back together a little bit, looks a bit more competent offensively, and I'll take Carolina plus 6.5.
Me too. I was real tempted to take Arizona here. When Carolina loses, I feel like they'll get dummied.
They just look lifeless once they get down.
They might actually be worse than New Orleans. It's possible.
If they feel more exciting.
They
though.
do, but they weren't exciting whatsoever on Sunday.
No, they were not.
But again, there was a 2-hour rain delay, so maybe you cut them some slack, and I'm okay with that.
Do you think that hurts them this week because they had to wait so long to finish their game?
I don't.
That's extra rest they don't get.
A little bit, but not much.
America's game of the week, Philly and KC. KC is a 1-point dog at home. 47 is the over-under. Philadelphia has to be the play here. I know dog, Mahomes at home. I'm waiting for it to blow up in my face.
What was the number in the Super Bowl?
1.5, wasn't it? KC 1.5?
I think so.
I just really think that Philadelphia is a bad matchup for this Kansas City team.
I'm going to pick KC, and I'll tell you why. There's two reasons. First, I'm very concerned about not just Carter going out, whatever, but like so many important players on the Eagles defense isn't there anymore. And that's going to be a problem.
They still have exciting whites.
And
less exciting this time around.
You know, I don't know that you've ever gotten Patrick Mahomes at home getting points in this stretch in a real game, and you're getting it here. And I think the Chiefs are super proud they're going to get off the mat. They have a little extra rest. Or they have a little less rest because both of these teams played. So both teams are playing on longer the rest than usual. But I don't know. I think Kansas City is just going to be a statement game. I think people are everyone's got their pens in their hands ready to write Kansas City off.
This doesn't work until they're actually, this is the classic Patriots move for 5 years in a row.
I think they're ready for it. And this is so they're ready to take Philly and really ready to really dump on the Chiefs. And so I think that the Chiefs bounce back here.
You might be right. But if we're thinking about like hitting the nadir, Geoff, of what Kansas City is going to do, losing on a Friday night to the Chargers in a divisional game isn't that big of a deal. Hell, losing to Philly in this game really isn't that big of a deal if we think that Philly, the defending Super Bowl champions, are just the best team in the league, and they just didn't look like it on Thursday night. But it'd be like if they played, I don't know who they play next week.
The
Vegas.
Giants on Sunday night.
Yeah, if they lose that, then it'd be the
that's a nuclear meltdown.
But that's the equivalent of the Patriots losing that Monday night game to Cincinnati. Like the dynasty is over, Brady needs to retire, and then they go and win 3 more Super Bowls. Like that's they haven't hit that point yet, Geoff. And I think even if they lose this game, people will want to pile on, but it's certainly not over for them. I just think that Philly just out-talents them at the moment.
Yeah, I'm taking Philly. I don't really have that strong of a case. Obviously, I'm not one of these people that think the Chiefs are dead, although I hope so. But I just think it's a bad matchup for Philly. And, you know, A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith weren't really in the game much, and Hurts did a lot, and I was really impressed. And on the other side, Mahomes had no receivers, and they still got 20 points, and he made like 4 or 5 magical plays and hit some bombs to try – missed some bombs early that, you know, a year ago, 2 years ago, Mahomes hit. So the Chiefs win. I'm not surprised, but I'm not picking them here. And I hope they go to the Giants 0-2, and it's just one of those freak show nights for that defensive line in New York. But yes, Patriot vibes like reeking, like from the sewers here, that this is just Patriots-esque fully, which means everything will be fine.
With Carter back, how would you say that the Chargers D-line did against this Kansas City offensive line, Geoff?
I thought they did pretty good. Mahomes had to run a lot. Pacheco couldn't run. Mahomes was the only guy getting yards on the ground. They forced Mahomes or the Chiefs into like really short, quick passes. And Jesse Minter's good at his job. So I thought the Chargers defense actually hung tough. And if not for like the greatest player of like Mahomes' greatness, the Chargers dummy them.
I agree.
I think the Philly's going to get more pressure here.
Maybe. In Kansas City, I feel like a call or two will probably get in Kansas City. It's going to go the Chiefs' way. I'm prepared to stake my claim with Kansas City in this game. Go down with the ship.
Superlock?
Thought about it, but I have another game I like more.
Is it Atlanta, Minnesota?
No, it is not.
Because that's Sunday Night Football with Minnesota being favored by 4.5 at home. That seems like a really big number.
Well,
right?
Yeah, you know,
like these teams are like the same, right?
Who wants to? Who
I do.
I will. Who wants to play Atlanta?
I will go to the window and say I will stake my claim that Atlanta can lose by 4 or less.
100%, Pat. I'm with you. The Falcons can lose, but just like in those classic, the Chargers are the dumbest team ever, you'd still take them by 4.5 and they'd cover for you. I think Atlanta does what Atlanta does, which is suffer brain malfunction, but they'll still lose by a field goal. So I'm taking the Falcons here.
Yeah, me too, but I don't like it. Road Dome. You know, I like that for a team.
Was it Sunday Night Football last year when you and I got into that big argument about the Barkley pass on the 4th down when Philly lost to Atlanta?
I think so.
Week 2, Sunday Night Football, Atlanta. They're winners. Atlanta money line.
Such a weird game for week 2 of Sunday Night Football. Like 2 small market, relatively speaking, small market teams. No stars.
Unless you're the Cowboys, honestly, markets don't matter. In the
but
NFL.
Sunday Night Football usually puts on at least one marketable star
it's fun.
or
It's the two
a team you want to
rookies
see.
It's 2024 quarterbacks who didn't really play.
I guess.
So there's like a fun. Obviously, Penix played, but I think you guys know what I mean. And I like that they don't need to have some like that doesn't have to be the Giants or the Jets or the Rams. That they can just give us 2 middle of the road teams and let's ball and bet, and we're gonna have a ball.
This feels almost like a bet that NBC was making that these 2 teams would be pretty good.
I guess so. It doesn't seem to have any particular juice. So.
Bijan, Jefferson, you got some big fantasy dudes in the game, young quarterbacks.
I mean, they're not. It's not a Thursday night quality game. I'm not saying that, but
I agree. It feels more Thursday than Sunday, but good for. I got no. I'll look forward to it all day.
Outside of Philly and Kansas City, what would be the better game here?
Well,
it's not Bills Jets.
No, Washington Green Bay's already off the board. Like if you wanted to put on.
There's none.
Chicago, Detroit, get the Lions on there early. It's in a division. You could do that for sure. If you wanted to put on, let's see here. You're guaranteed a big audience with Pittsburgh, Seattle, because Pittsburgh's a national
It's
team.
Sunday Night Football. You're guaranteed a big audience. It's the highest rated show on TV.
You could just take Dallas and the Giants. And
but they don't. My point is that
the Giants are playing next week. So you couldn't take them.
But they don't have to do that on Sunday Night.
No, they
Football.
don't have
They
to.
could
can
have
give
done
us
great storytelling with the horses, the 2 horse teams playing.
Or the 2 Cat Jacksonville, Cincinnati.
Well, but then you'd have Burrow and you'd have something to market, I guess. But I don't know. To be fair, there are not many good, exciting games this week.
You also have to remember that, maybe because you guys care about more about college football than I do, but a big portion of the American audience loves college football. And you have the guy that the last time you saw him won a national championship.
Yeah, that's fair.
In his second career start.
Yeah, okay.
Back-to-back primetime for JJ.
Well, it's working out better for them than it did for the Jets.
Hey, when Sam Darnold started on Monday Night Football, he threw a pick 6 to start the game, then won the game.
It did happen. What a great day that was.
I don't want to undersell Minnesota here. This just seems, after watching them play, I don't think that Chicago is that far away from Atlanta. I think Atlanta's better, obviously, but not that much more. And Minnesota struggled in that game.
Yeah,
for
Minnesota
a long
put
time.
together a great 4th quarter and sort of stole it. But, that's not a recipe for success. You can't be winning many games like that.
My least favorite thing in the world, now that you've told me about the times of these games, the Monday night doubleheader with no overlap. Get this out of my life.
Later in the year, there is overlap.
Give me that. I like that. That's fun.
I don't understand why there is an overlap this week.
I just got to let someone into my house. I'm sorry. I'll be 40
Is it a
seconds.
cable
You guys
person?
wrapped it up.
He put in a call when we took that break.
I have a strong take on this game.
Really?
I love Tampa Bay.
Why?
Well, first, they shouldn't even be underdogs in the game.
They
should be favored in the game.
I don't agree with that.
They have more offensive firepower. Their defense maybe not quite as good as Houston, but they have a good defense.
Yeah.
They have the better quarterback. I think being indoors is probably an advantage to Tampa. I don't think that Houston looked completely lethargic. I heard on your Monday show, I can't remember who it was being very critical of CJ Stroud. And that sort of expresses my feelings too, which is that Stroud over the last year and a half has not been nearly as exciting as he was to start his career.
You quit the Stroud boys?
I look at this game and I think this should be a pick 'em or Tampa by 1 point. And you're giving Houston credit for being as good as Tampa. And I don't think they are. I think Tampa is better. And I'm going to take Tampa Bay here and I'm going to tease them up. It's a great teaser spot. I think they're going to win this game.
I can most definitely see them winning it. I'm actually going to take Houston for 2 reasons. One, Tampa Bay's offense looked terrible in week 1, and that was against a bad Atlanta defense.
But we thought it would be a slow start. They didn't have worse. There were reasons.
They still don't have any of these guys.
No, but now they're playing a worse team, I think.
They're playing a much better defense, though. And they're playing a defense that can really take advantage of Wirfs not being on the field.
I just know who's going to catch all the balls for the Texans.
I don't know if the Tampa defense can do what the Rams defense can do and just completely negate Nico Collins in that game.
You can take any receiver out of a game if you decide to. The question is, what do you do with the second, third, fourth options? I don't know, but I don't think that the Texans have enough. And they already have injuries, for heaven's sakes. Like, I don't trust this Texans team enough. And I think Tampa, who played badly and still won, that's great news for them. Like, they didn't play well.
Oh, listen, any wins they get here in like the first 4 weeks until they start getting even like
Godwin back and all their guys.
Even getting like Jalen McMillan back in here and just having a few more options offensively. It's all just like bonus wins.
Yeah,
for
I'm
them.
bullish on Tampa right now, and I'm going to take them.
But I just think that Houston's defense is a lot to overcome here when you're undermanned and it's difficult to block. And we saw it, like, it's not. The Rams offense should be good, and the Rams offense was a disaster last week because of this defense. Like,
no, that's true.
They're sort of like the fancy Giants.
I mean, I think they're a little better than that.
But the things that we like about the Giants, theoretically, of what they do well, Houston does better, but they have a real, as much as you might not like Stroud, he's not Russell Wilson.
No, he's certainly better than Russell Wilson. I just don't think Houston's a better team than Tampa.
No, but I think in this particular spot with an undermanned Tampa team going to Houston, I just think it's a nice spot for Houston.
All right. No, I mean, I think you make a strong case. I'm just banking on the infrastructure of what Tampa Bay has offensively to be able to overcome some of these challenges. I think Baker has proven he's going to make some pretty good decisions. He's got enough mobility that he can get away from some problems that Stafford could not get away from in their game. I think they're good. I think Tampa's this is not a bad matchup for Tampa at all. And I think that it's mispriced. So that's why I'm coming in on Tampa.
The other way I would spin it too, just Houston offensively looked absolutely anemic. But again, Tampa's defense kind of sucks.
It certainly did not look very good. I mean,
Tampa's defense hasn't been good for years now. Like, for as much as like Todd Bowles' great defensive mind, it's been their offense that's carried them the past 3 years.
Well, that's certainly true.
Jeff, who do you like between Houston and Tampa?
I like Houston. Although that looked really ugly, and it just looked exactly like last year's nasty Houston again. Not the good kind, but slight lean, small spread, bounce back Texans.
Final game of the week. You staying up, Jeff, for Chargers at Vegas?
I hate it. I genuinely hate having to stay up this late. No one should. No one should.
Record it, wake up, turn your phone off, record it.
Jeff can't do that.
Yes, you can.
Jeff can't do that.
You can just record it.
My heart would explode lying in bed.
It's much easier. I did it last year. It's much easier than you think.
Yeah, but
you're a quitter.
Yeah, you're a quitter. You're talking about the Bills fans that left the game early. They thought they were losing. You stopped watching your team.
I had a reason to. I was angry at them. I was giving them the silent treatment. I was frustrated.
I'll be honest. To me, this game comes down to truly what you think of Geno, because
love Vegas here. Plus
last year,
plus 3.5 at home. Yeah, give them to me.
Last year, when we played quarterbacks like Geno, for the most part, like Jesse Minner's we will see Geno's floor. We'll probably see a ceiling too. So we'll see a bit of both. If Herbert's healthy and an actual MVP, I don't mean an MVP, but he's going to do those gazelle things, which can put him into a different classification, then we're going to muck the Raiders. But I've got a new strategy this year. So it's a Raiders win, Raiders plus 3.5.
It's worked through 1 week.
Yeah.
Picking against the Chargers.
We're going to ride it until it doesn't. But these 3 division games to start the year, I'm foaming at the mouth if I can win this one.
I feel like this is a good spot for Vegas. And maybe I just think Geno's better than everyone else does.
I like Geno a lot. I've said he was like the average quarterback that if you had him, you could do well with. No worse, no better.
This should have been Sunday Night Football. Carroll versus Harbaugh, right? Like there's a rivalry there. These are 2 big rivals to begin with. This should have been Sunday Night Football, not a 10 o'clock horseshit start that I got to be up till 2 a.m.
I like the Chargers here.
It's because you think the Chargers are the best team in the AFC, besides the hypothetical Jets.
I think they might be that good, Jeff. They're that good. They're that good.
Let's just do this and then we can go home. I'm already thinking about something. What happens next year when the Chargers have when Joe Alt is like the 3rd best left tackle in football this year? Who goes back to right tackle?
Trade Slater.
Off an injury, you don't get what are you going to get?
Then put Slater over on right tackle.
Could you get what they got for Tunsil for Slater next, like off this injury?
Yes.
Yeah, and teams are starving for left tackles.
Yes.
Jeff, yes,
Or
you-
you get-
Absolutely.
Or Slater's under contract and you're like, you go to right tackle.
you could do that, but I
We
think
paid you. Go to right tackle.
what a great problem that would need to have.
No, I like that this is you've gone from in 1 week, this is now your biggest problem, that when we have too many good offensive linemen, what do?
No, the problem is real, Pat. Do you know what it would be like if we actually had both of them? It's not fair.
It's not fair, but you know what? You're a really good team, Jeffrey.
You see, you talked about Herbert doing his gazelle thing. I worry about him doing that.
No, he's got to do it.
I get that he's got to do it. And I will continue to harp on this because I watched it a bunch of times. The only guy that can run like that is Josh Allen. Josh Allen doesn't get hurt doing it. It's just a part of how he runs. Herbert is going to get hurt if he continues to. It's the aggressive sliding into people. It's a terrible idea. Like, slide and stop. Penix, too. Penix is.
Yeah,
Best
he's looking
play
for people
of the
to hit.
game got called back with a penalty, like a 3rd and 22 run for a first down.
Listen, using his mobility, good idea. Using your mobility and not having the wherewithal to either get out of bounds or not slide into someone's kneecap, bad idea. That's how you get hurt.
Those first down throws, oh my God. Like, bless Greg Roman with the first down throws.
Yeah,
Please,
you
more of
know
that.
he's going to stay up on Monday night, and this is going to be the week. It's like, oh, there's Quentin Johnston. He's always wide open 80 yards down the field. Whoa.
Yeah,
No,
no,
as long as
no
Herbert's
more
healthy,
nonsense talk
as long
about
as
Quentin Johnson
you
being a
will
fourth
know
string.
if when Herbert's healthy or not based on the play calling.
Sure, I'm just saying he has to keep himself healthy. If he keeps running like that, it's too aggressive. He's getting too aggressive with it. Like, just
We'll find
sacrifice.
okay, fine. You're right. We got to
But you know
find
what? That's a
balance.
week
You
to do.
can't.
In my opinion, that's a week to do it though. Against the Chiefs.
Listen, I get it, but
That's a week to do it.
if that's I don't. Guys don't necessarily have these different speeds. It's the speed that you play.
No, but
at.
like
I agree with
I want to
Pat.
see them giving 110% in like 3 or 4 regular season games in that sense. That's one you got to have.
You're right.
But that's not what I'm talking about. When he's taking off down the field, he's looking for these like extra 2 yards that he doesn't need.
He wants
a
to
lot of the
impress
time.
Jim
Always.
Harbaugh. He wants Jim
And
to
that's
think
just
he's a
not for
real
Herbert.
man.
You could say that about like a premier receiver. Right?
Quentin
Like you're
Johnson.
fighting for an extra yard that's sort of irrelevant, then your knee gets blown out. Yeah, I mean, live for another day. I don't disagree with you, Pat.
Like people, I remember how much like football guy ragged on Arian Foster for years that he's like, well, he didn't run into that pile to get the extra half yard. He's like, no, I ran out of bounds so I didn't get hit so I could go back into the game and carry the ball again.
Yeah.
Like that,
100%.
he's like, that seems logical to me.
Bolt up. Division on the line next week.
I like the Raiders money line here too.
Is this a hinge game?
No, next week is. Jeff can go 3-0 in division next week and have them all. He's just too excited. He had to run away.
He's going for a Chargers beat.
Anyway, next week's game will be exciting. Against Denver. Denver will probably be 2-0. He'll be 2-0.
You picked Indy.
I know, but Denver is favored. That means they're probably going to win, even though I like the Colts. I just think I want a 2-0 Chargers, 2-0 Broncos game going into next week, and the winner having a real upper hand in the division.
Remember that year that DraftKings said that if I said the word like spread in any of the games, that I would get my contract nullified? So we had to
Projections?
say projections said.
Yeah, we couldn't mention the numbers. Projections say the Chargers are a little better than a field goal favorite.
Do you know why that was the case?
No idea.
Because they were legal. That's when sports legalization was happening, and they were turning into a sports book. So they didn't need anything associated with DraftKings promoting sports betting before it was actually
Okay.
legal as a part of that like lawyer process.
Okay. That was a weird couple of weeks.
It was odd.
Yeah.
It was like the only other time I really ever heard from them is when they told me to take down that Robert Kraft video.
Yeah.
Like immediately too.
Yeah, well,
It turns out he owns part of DraftKings. Who knew?
there you have
Who
it.
knew?
Cuss said he had better mobility than Robert Kraft when he saw him trying to stand in the box on Sunday, Jeff.
Yeah. Well, that's one we can give to Cust.
Thank you.
I said he looked more like the man in this commercial who was doing these side raises very slowly.
He was exercising in a retirement home.
Yeah, and you could maybe do that.
I could do that.
Maybe do that. You can't give yourself that much. Jeff's been giving you credit all show long.
Well, except for my topics on the corner, he was very critical.
Yeah, well, those were just fucking insane.
Sorry.
Crazy. Don't apologize. We need you with the crazy topics.
These are just things that I'd like.
What you like and what's can happen in reality are two
I
different
can
things.
close my eyes and visualize it quite easily.
Well, why don't you tell the people about Lunarland?
I think it would be great to have a theme park which is just like the moon. And that like there would be craters and it would all be like gray dust and there would be both moon food and earth food at the cafeteria.
What's moon food?
Like freeze-dried food, like that vacuum sealed stuff that you like get at like space camps or whatever. And
Space food?
oh, I would eat space food. I've eaten it before. I'll eat it again. And then you get to go to like your rooms are all lunar themed and like the tub is shaped like a crescent moon.
So this is like a theme park where families go and stay.
Oh yeah, it's like going to Disneyland, but you're going to Lunarland. Everything's moon. Like there's anti-gravity rooms, so it's like you're walking on the moon the way that like the astronauts walked on the moon.
Are anti-gravity rooms real?
Well, I mean, I'm sure they are. I'm sure.
You're sure they are?
Yes, I'm certain that the astronauts at NASA train with a reduced gravity or a chamber or whatever it would be.
You would need microgravity simulators.
Okay.
Scientists use parabolic airplane flights or the vomit comets or drop towers to create short bursts of weightlessness. What you're talking about is basically reenacting 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Yes, actually. I'd like to see that.
I don't think that's real.
That would all be a part of the theme park. People could stay.
But that's not real.
Well, but it could be made real by having some sort of an anti-gravity place.
Put it this way. I don't think that it can be real if it hasn't been done yet.
I'm sure you could like use NASA technology to develop centers where it's like.
Why hasn't NASA done that yet?
Maybe they have.
And we just don't know about it?
I suspect that astronauts are training in gravity reduced.
Gravity reduced, but you're talking about floating in a room.
No, because you wouldn't just float on the moon either. The astronauts didn't float into outer space when they walked on the moon. They just like were bounding bigger because there was less gravity on the moon.
What about moon shoes?
I used to have moon shoes. I fell and hurt myself and I couldn't wear them anymore. I wasn't allowed. I skinned my knee the first day. It was Christmas Day. I got moon shoes and I was jumping around and I fell down because I did not have very good balance and I skinned my knee outside and I was it. I wasn't allowed to wear the moon shoes anymore.
It's ridiculous.
I know. I would have gotten better. I agree. But anyway, I wasn't allowed to wear them anymore.
I think he was saying it was ridiculous that you had.
Oh, moon shoes were in that year.
Not that.
How old were you when you got moon shoes?
I don't know, 10.
24.
No.
Superlocks for the week. What are we doing with this?
I'll go.
All right, go for it.
San Francisco.
San Francisco minus
Mac
4.
Jones. Like I'm betting Mac Jones. I don't care. I know it's Mac Jones. It's what I want.
Cam will tell you that he'll kick you when you're not looking. Which I think is advantageous, really.
I guess.
As long as you don't get caught. If you don't get caught for it, you're basically Eddie Guerrero. Who do I want to take here? Do you have a lean?
Tampa Bay.
You like Tampa that much?
Yeah, I really think that game is the wrong team is favored in that game.
It's exactly the same spread and exactly the same thing you said about Detroit last week.
And I was wrong.
Okay. I will take, you know what? I've been leaning into the Titans. I'll take the Titans plus 5.5 at home. I think that I'm going to cook myself up in an Atlanta, Tennessee, Vegas money line parlay.
Don't do that to yourself. Woo! Don't do that to yourself.
Now we're feeling good.
Pick another team other than Atlanta. Don't do that to yourself. You just laughed for justifiable reasons on Sunday. It's going to happen to you too if you do that.
We'll see. Maybe me being on them is exactly what they need.
No, don't
to
do
bet them on the money line.
Fine. I just don't want to hear you complain about it next Tuesday.
I'll complain.
Don't complain.
I'll tell you who ruined my Sunday.
Yeah, just don't complain. That's all I'll say.
Actually, they wouldn't even have ruined my Sunday because I go to bed before that game goes in.
Well, then they'll ruin your Monday morning.
Oh, no, I feel good on Monday morning.
Okay.
Survivor. Baltimore, Buffalo, Arizona, Dallas, and the Rams are the biggest favorites of the week. I only feel good about Baltimore of any of those, is the problem. How many teams did you get advancing in our big Survivor, Geoff?
All of them?
So 11?
No, it's not number 9.
You're 9? I got 6. So I got to divvy this up somehow. I can't just full barrel Baltimore this time through.
I'll take Baltimore for us, though.
I'll take Arizona.
I don't know why I feel weirded out by Arizona. I don't.
But they're at home this time, so I'll take them.
You know what? I'm going to switch. I'm going with Tim. Give me Arizona. fuck.
Oh, Jeff, this is when we lose.
I'll take Baltimore.
And now Pat takes Baltimore and gets to
This
win.
is how we lose. But anyway, all right, fine.
This happened last year, actually.
Yeah.
Probably.
It's okay.
Can you recap your free money teaser 6-pointer this week?
Commanders, Cardinals, Buccaneers, Jets, Chiefs.
Oh, yeah, the Chiefs.
Yeah, I didn't mention that. Chiefs.
So Chiefs up to 7?
Yeah.
All right. I really enjoyed week 1. Although I took a bath betting. I lost so much
Many of the
goddamn money.
games weren't good, but there were some good ones. The primetime games happened to all be good.
Correct. Jeff, do you know who ruined my week? Wendell Robinson and Jaden Reed. Those two assholes ruined me. Ruined my life.
Oh, don't say that, or you'll get better telecommunications service, though.
Oh, dear.
You bet any golf this week?
I reached out to some relatives in the country. I'm taking advantage of that PME boost over at Coolbet on Corey Connors.
That's an aggressively good number.
I went fishing for it, and I scored some. I also like Victor Hovland, and then at the other one, I like Cam Young and probably Patrick Cantlay.
I went full fade on all of the Ryder Cup people.
I think that's probably the right call. They've got too many other things they're focused on, not this tournament.
Yeah, so you can go to CoolBet right now if you want to get. I have an entire golf show that came out, but these boosts came out afterwards. I asked them for the boost, they gave them to me. Corey Connors up to 50-1 at the BMW PGA Championship over in England, and Akshay Bhatia up to 45-1 to win the Pro Core. He's 28-1 everywhere else. So coolbet.com, hit the description and go figure that out right now. There's a deposit bonus waiting there for you. Plus, I'm going to have weekly boosts. I had Zacchaeus first touchdown on Monday Night Football, got the shoestring tackle.
Not good.
I think everything went so wrong for me in week 1. Feeling good for week 2.
Okay. Well,
Pushing out the bad vibes, harnessing the good energy, block out the bad. Harness energy, block bad. This is what we're doing in week 2 on the Pat Mayo Experience. I want to thank you all for watching. Forgot to introduce the coin. The coin was here making picks the entire time. You didn't even know unless you saw me flipping. But you can get the full results of our picks if you weren't following along in the free Mayo Media newsletter that's down in the description right now. I'll have rankings coming out along with this cheat sheet on actually no, I'll put the cheat sheet in the Wednesday newsletter that'll come out in the afternoon along with everything else. I'll be back on Thursday morning with Rob and Cam going through the best bets live on Friday with who do we got? Tambo's out this week. So it's me, John, and a special guest who shall be named later. That's live at 10 a.m. Eastern time on Friday. And then, of course, on Saturday, I got the cheat sheet review of all the quick notes that you need for the weekend. Then Sunday, it's going to be me live in studio with
Tim and August.
Not my name.
Jeff, I woke you up on that one, didn't I, Jeff?
Hey, you scared the shit out of me. You spooked my infant also.
These are getting very aggressive.
What's that on your end, Jeff?
I said you spooked the room here.
Oh, I heard I think it was your daughter speaking in the background.
Yeah, mom already went out. I told her I got like a 9-year-old watching a 1.5-year-old right now.
Well, I'm sorry that I yelled and scared everyone else.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I'm sorry that I inconvenienced and had to run away a couple times.
Don't worry about that. It's all just a part of the charm of the show. Leave a rating and review on the audio podcast. Shout out again to Sharks Fan D, who won the $250. I've already messaged you as this show has gone along. But leave in the comment section. Tell us what you'd like to see for Cust Eats on Sunday nights. That's not Wagyu. Apparently, that's too fancy for Tim. I think it'd be funny, but whatever it is, ideas that we can come up with, we need your help on this one to brainstorm for season 3 of Cust Eats. All right? I'll see you next time.
Mayo Experience! Experience!